spell or something.
Well,
there's like.
I mean, right now it's
goggles with night.
The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So when he was looking towards what he thinks was the maybe Gulag, he thinks that the sun has just peered over its walls. So you'll be going into.
Down here at a worse time, I think.
Yeah, it's the heart of morning. So, you know, the great thing, the great thing is for the ones that are in the village down there, is the sun isn't in their eyes yet.
What are the ones in the village doing?
They're sitting there. They're waiting on something. They're looking through what looks to be something. They're looking through some sort of little double tube. It's like two little tubes like this.
Yeah, we get it.
At your position, at your hut. Yes. When Scott looked, they were looking at you guys.
We just showed up here. What?
How
long ago?
You appeared.
The hut just came here when we bumped in the eagle and the rug.
Oh, right? Scott, the other thing that you saw.
Shows up is right where these guys are looking.
The other thing you saw in the village was what looks to be a large heap of probably the villagers on fire in a large channel pit.
See, that right there, that's kind of a biggie.
Nice.
Sorry.
No, if we're going to spend the time anyway, you know what I can...
Yeah, I know. It kind of wrenches the heartstrings, doesn't it? But
the war priest?
Yeah, yes. Yeah. You just saw, I mean, I'm not talking a small pyre, Scott. I'm talking about a 30 by 30 pit with them on fire.
Are we going to go after this?
And as many buildings as you can see, you probably figure there's 120 to 200 villagers, including children, women, and everything burning in there.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't mind trying to catch it. We can go for it. I'm ready.
We can catch it.
You know what we need? We need one of the villagers.
Into the ground.
You need one of the villagers, yeah.
Yeah, because we can do,
well,
talk with undead.
Unfortunately, you'd have to get to the bodies.
It's there, Mr. Detective.
Yeah, it doesn't work at all. Like, it only penetrates, like, no more than 2 feet at most.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Can't detect through stone and stuff?
Yeah.
Sheet of lead, foot of stone, like several feet of dirt.
I haven't memorized yet.
Yeah, but if it's underground, we just sit there and we just head toward the monastery.
Well, but
and then if it doesn't show
Paul,
up,
you missed out on what I told Scott, I think,
It has a bunch of
is that there's a 30 by 30 pit in the village with the bodies of the villagers on fire, stacked up high. Children, women,
Are they
men.
alive or are they dead?
No, they're burning in the pit.
I'm killing all
They
these
might be
guys.
dead, they might be alive. They're on fire in the pit. They're roasting. These guys are roasting.
Decide not to go after it. There's something else.
So basically, they did the scorched earth policy that the Bolsheviks did back then, and they threw you in a huge pit and burned you to death for being enemies of the state. There were all kinds of atrocities done in that war. Ask Max. He's probably studied it. That was not a good time.
If there's any chance to save them, we have to sit there and face them.
They're dead. We need to save them. They're dead. They're already
Yeah, they're dead. They are D-E-A-D
There's a pile of
dead.
dead bodies.
Yes.
Well, he didn't say they were dead. He said they were just bodies burning. You know?
Yeah.
No, yeah, he said bodies burning.
Burning
Wow.
dead.
Okay, so we're not hearing screams.
No, you're not hearing screams. All Scott could hear with his clairvoyance, clairaudience, he could smell the burning flesh and hear the crackling of the fire. And he could hear some sort of language being spoken among the buildings.
Cal can understand it. He has the ring of, whatchamacallit.
They were laughing, talking about how happy Rasputin will be for what they have done.
Well,
They did say, also, you caught a brief thing of, man, I wish we could get the tank running again so that it would roll.
So, are we going to fight these guys, or are we going to try to avoid it?
we're going to kill these guys.
You know what's possible. All right.
Yeah, Painman wants to avoid it.
Definitely going to kill these guys.
Yes.
Painman,
Avoid.
definitely want to avoid these guys. Okay, so you guys cancel each other out.
Yeah, even on that one, I think Rothar would be having a hard time right now with women and children and innocents burning.
And then
But they're
laughing
already
about
dead.
it.
Your paladin is about what? Freedom and
Right, but they're already dead. I can't save them.
no.
The only way I can save them is by killing the greater evil. And so I go murder all of those guys, sure, but that doesn't solve our problem of the big guy. So the big guy's the greater evil, that's the one I'm more worried about at the moment.
That's a way of looking at it.
Hey, we could kill these guys and take the tank.
Didn't you just overhear somebody say something about getting it?
Yeah, you don't even know how to run it, dude. You know how long it would take?
You know what? Spells, man. Spells.
Yeah.
We can do make whole, and that would fix it probably.
That's like a medieval wizard looking like Merlin looking at a tank and going, "Oh my lord, that's a big metal thing."
You know, the thing is, the tank looks, because of the wheels, it looks more like a wagon.
Cart,
It's obvious that it's something that rolls.
Yes, so you just need a giant.
We'll be spending the next 24 hours trying to figure out where you hitch the horse.
So you just need a purple worm to hitch it to and have it pull it to the outside.
All right. Well, if we're not going after the shadow, I'm going to set up the magic circle.
You know what? I don't even need all that, because all we need is one of
Ooh, you could summon a purple worm and put it on there.
I'm not good enough to summon a purple.
How about a Remoraz? Could you do a Remoraz?
I can only do up
If
to
he
4.
dominates the driver,
Because I'm still working with...
the driver can drive it.
How many hit dice is a rhino? Maybe you could hitch a couple rhinos.
12 cubic.
Why are you still talking about hitching stuff to it? All we gotta do is dominate the driver. The driver will drive it. Hell, he can dominate all of them, right?
He could try to, yeah.
Press levitate on the tank.
No, you didn't even have to do that. Why not doing that? You didn't have to do that.
Because World War
Take
I
up the
tanks
guy,
is a case
dominate the
of
driver
drivers.
Yes, it is drivers. Kind of like Indiana Jones and the Temple of... They had 2 of them, I think. Did they not in that one?
Bigger tanks.
And then multiple gunners and things like that.
Okay, fine.
But it's close.
Well,
So, how many... Let me ask you this, and Damon, you can take a look. On any of your dominate spells or things like that, is there a number of how many you can dominate?
Dominate person is only 1 target. I believe it is. The only multiple target one I have right now is Suggestion, which lasts for hours, but it's only I can tell them to do one thing. And
How many does it affect with a suggestion?
1 per caster level.
So you would have, what, 12?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's the kind of stuff I need to know on those type of things. All right. Hi, bud.
alright, so... What about detect evil on these guys?
You could.
I'll do it.
If you want to get within 60 feet.
You'd have to get within 60 feet. What?
How close are we?
I'm not going to hurt you, child. Get out. Come on. Either give me a kiss or move on.
About 150 feet.
For about
150.
He could actually reach the ones that are in the outer building if he was on the edge of the hut. I'm not going to
I
keep
thought those
playing.
were 10-foot squares.
Go on. What?
I thought you said those were 10-foot squares.
Those are 10-foot squares. You go across.
Okay, well, no. Yeah.
So we can't read.
All right.
How come I can't see what I'm showing you?
It'd be 12 10-foot squares if it's 120.
I don't see it.
60.
I don't know why.
Stop. Mini.
Alright, I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, that's you.
Oh, there it is.
I don't want to stay outside of the castle.
Yay?
A whole lot of people looking
Playing my beard. Where's mommy?
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't started shooting.
Well, go see her.
Well, they said the tank was broken.
Yeah, but it sounded like they had mortars.
Well, again, you guys don't know that.
Well, I know, but you described them having metal tubes pointing at us.
I think he's talking
Maybe
about
those are the right
Yeah, out of game, yes, you know, probably out of game match, you could use every one of your World War I tactics you want to use. In game, Painting's going to
We
go.
have no idea what they are. It sounded
But
like
yes, they sure as heck out of game look like mortars.
In game, we would have knowledge that those do look vaguely like
They look
cannon.
like they look.
We would have seen cannon.
They look like a weapon of
Yeah,
some
they look
sort.
like
You at least know it's a weapon.
Yeah.
What it is, you don't know. So, in other words, the metal thing with the slots on it, you're figuring
I've
at least
never
a
seen
fortress
cannon.
or
If they
something.
have rifles and pistols in our world, they have cannon because cannon were actually.
Yes.
Yes, but Oren
They have bomb.
is a very
They have,
sheltered individual.
they have-
who went right
yeah.
into becoming a priest after his
It's
farmland. And then I started
Well-
with this campaign.
Actually-
David has seen cannon.
actually,
Those look.
for the
Thank
Taldorans, you have read, especially if you were not a peasant. Like, for instance, Rothar came up in a monastery. The monastery has the history of Taldor. In the history of Taldor, Taldor bought a cannon from Alkenstar on one of their crusades to go against the demon ape down in the Mwangi Expanse.
Okay.
You would know that just from the simple fact that you grew up in the monastery and you read the books. If you had something like that in your clergy or history, or you were a higher,
If that's what they taught you to become a disciple for
you probably wouldn't because you're Sarenrae, which is kind of one of
Sarenrae.
those fringe religions that is almost not accepted because it's a Kadiran goddess.
Mhm.
It's the main Kadiran goddess, and the Taldorans hate Kadirans and Kelishites like there's no tomorrow. It's like the enemy.
yeah, they probably sent me to Taldor on a diplomatic mission
Yeah.
to show Kadira some goodwill.
Yes, you probably are somewhere in between, but they wouldn't have taught you all the. Max may or may not have known it as a spy. Damien, it depends on what kind of background. Was he a noble or was he kind of a lower urchin that worked his way up? Really, Rothar would probably have the only knowledge of cannons in the group. Kal-El was kind of a street urchin that got brought into the church and raised from there. So,
Damien's past has him basically as something of a drifter, especially going.
you were a court. Yes, you were. You were in the court end of things because you were flirting with the courtesans and got you into trouble, right?
Yeah.
So you two might, you would because of your just history of the world type of things that you would have learned as a spy. You grew up on the farm end of things and came in, so probably not, and Kal-El probably not. Remily would have no clue, and Greta, no, she knows nothing of that stuff. So really, these two would be the only ones that might have that. It depends on their knowledge history. If your knowledge history is above a 5, I'll say yes.
I just want to
Something
know,
you
are we
learned
going
and
to
can recall.
So, Scott is yes. Kal-El is yes. Tainvin is no. Rothar is no. Oren is probably going to be a no. But
Remily's kind of a
we'll
little bit.
support whatever team decision is there.
Remily
My
is
vote is no.
Remily is tugged to a yes. Greta is neutral, so she'll go along pretty much. She's leaning heavily neutral. I mean, not that she loves that kind of thing,
is on keeping the party safe.
but then again, she ate people too, so you know.
Right. We're not going after the shadow. I'm going to set up another magic circle against law and do that whole thing and summon a Janny.
Okay. A Janny, are ya? All right, so I will bring out my Shaitan again. You know it'll be a Janny versus a Shaitan. All right, so you summon a Janny. Let's see, you would summon a female, knowing you.
If you control
So the female Janny comes up, and you just need to do your normal.
I'm just saying if you can control which gender that you summon.
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
I
what
could,
you
I could just say nope, return,
Yeah.
recast.
Yeah, retast. That would be him too. He likes to have those female of other types. All right. So you guys got a choice. You guys don't have to go down to the village. Yes, the greater thing of Baba Yaga is driving you guys, and the greater good of your world. And this is an atrocity. It will pull hard on you guys to say no to.
It will pull hard.
On the goods. The neutrals don't care. I mean, they can walk away and justify about anything.
I'm okay with going in there and fighting.
But a neutral good would be like, dang, these are just evil individuals, whether they're from my world or not. And I'm not going to say you're automatically going to.
I'm just concerned about keeping the party safe.
I agree, and that's
Keeping the party safe is my number one priority. And if I think we're all going to die if we fight these, then I'm going to say it's probably not the wisest decision.
From what he's brought you back, down there in that village are at least 120 soldiers.
Right.
Because each of those groups sitting in
We're
those
outnumbered
buildings
10 to 1. More
are
than 10 to 1.
well, no, actually, no, I'm sorry. there's about 60 soldiers because you don't know what's in the tank. You figure there's multiples in the tank, and those 4 right there have about 15 in those. Yeah, I mean those 15.
But then again, with Damien's growing power, he's becoming extraordinarily
Now,
confident.
Those groups right there have multiple tube weapons. The ones that are in the buildings. There's like 3 tube weapons in each building. So literally, this is a barrage. If those 2 weapons have any distance and fire anything of any value or significance, it's going to pepper you guys hard.
Well, the thing is that I don't know what the range of any of these weapons are.
You don't.
Nobody does.
I don't know.
No one does.
Well, if we step out, we might get shot at right away.
Yeah, you get the
already in
feeling.
range. And the thing is that the only thing.
Especially after that chick shot him from that on that last battle with that freaking scope weapon. He just assumes that if somebody's got something like that, he's in range.
You have a feeling that these are ranged for whatever reason. That's why they're as far back. Now, you could try to go around the edges in the woods. Try that.
Take the hut and just charge right in.
You could try to take the hut in and try to
hut in.
Well, what
Part of the reason why I wanted a Janny specifically is A, she has invisibility, self only, but 3 times per day, and she has ethereal jump, which you can keep active for an hour.
Hey, what direction is the tank pointed in?
It's pointed at the hut.
There seems to be a nozzle coming off of one of the turrets on top that is pointed at the hut, basically.
Okay. So if we move the hut, because according to these guys, the tank can't move.
Yes, according to what
But the turrets could probably point in a direction, but at some point, you'll be out of the tank's arc.
Yes, but if we go and take the hut right into the mix of all these guys, if they have to shoot at the hut, they potentially shoot at themselves. We want to put it crossfire.
That's the thing we have to do is to eliminate their ranged weapons. Is we have to get in close.
And it's like I'd rather go in close inside the hut than outside the hut.
Yeah.
Right.
If we can get in close enough, we eliminate the range.
You got the idea that in this room that's sitting there on the table where he was playing cards is a little egg bowl with the egg in it. And you guys know that will steer it, and you can have somebody look out the windows to how you steer it. So,
yeah, and I think Damien could sit there and control it. Because he's got a plus 26 UMD.
Well, then you guys can try to do it.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
You don't have to, but if we want to fight him, I'll feel better about taking the hut in.
Yeah, no.
Because if the hut gets like 250, 300 points of hit points of damage, it's like, okay, it drops. Next round, it stands back up, and it's like, okay, let's keep going. Yeah. It's like, we've seen the hut get damaged by the frost giant and stand right back up.
Now, one thing to keep in mind is that we are being observed.
Yeah.
Because if Homeboy can see that, we're being observed, so I think he's just waiting to see what we'll do.
Well, you went invisible. He hasn't seen anybody come out yet.
I know, but
That
he's probably watching the hut or watching what's going on over here. So
You're assuming that nothing saw Kal-El up there, and that
Yeah, we don't know.
you don't know.
We don't know.
At least nothing said anything.
Oh. Look, Damien. Where'd you go? Oh, he's Christmas.
So, as a finishing background egg. Let's see. Okay, you would use your use magic device to move it. Ability.
UMD. I don't know what the difficulty is, but I figure a plus 26 gives us a reasonable chance.
Yeah.
Because most of the most difficult UMDs, according to the skill, says the most difficult DC is like 30, 35. 45. 45?
Are we just talking about skills in general, or
the most difficult things to control with USD? What's the DC on it usually?
I think those DCs can get really high.
Well, yeah, but it's like if you can't do it, then there's no hope in the party. We have to abandon using the hut. But we've never tried to move the hut using the control kit. And I figured, hey,
okay, so
if we're going to try this.
It won't take one round in every case. If you take the hut to 0 hit points, 24 hours later, it'll be fully stabbed again.
Okay, so last time it stood up after 1 round.
It didn't die after the last one. They had fast healing. So
did it?
They didn't take it to 0 hit points. They took it. If it gets taken to 0 hit points, it's 24 hours. Now, the nice thing is, and I'll tell you this because you guys are kind of transported a little bit in the hut, you don't feel anything rocking outside. The hut could be being bashed into a tree by a creature, and you're just sitting there in that extra dimensional space.
We don't know.
Yeah, you don't get harmed at all. So in that extra dimensional space that is the interior of the hut, no harm comes to you no matter what, unless somebody does something permanent to destroy the hut. That would destroy it as an artifact.
Yeah, then I don't know what happens.
Then you guys are trapped in an extra-dimensional plane.
That's okay, I can get outside.
But
I have plane shift.
So can Jenny, my Jenny.
But yeah, Jenny, my Jenny. Jenny, my Jenny. I love it. You got her stats and everything, so you got Jenny, my Jenny.
You know what her number is, right?
I have a basic
86753.
No. Yeah. She's 44, 24, 36, or a little bigger, depending on what he likes.
8675309.
So, yeah. So you guys can now. You guys can go and try to. You guys can try to flee this area and go towards the other one while they're firing at you. If they fire at you, you don't know whether they will or not. You're thinking if the hut gets up and starts moving, that probably is going to happen.
Go and fight. If we're going to fight, how are we going to go in? Or are we going to sit there and just follow the shadow?
Yeah, you can either try to run in with the hut and let it set itself down and do whatever. But you're going to...
I don't know how far the hut moves in one round.
Well, my thought is if we're going to go and use the hut and give away our big weapon, we should go after the main monastery and not waste it on the village.
I don't think that we'd even make it to the monastery because, with all the weapons, I'm assuming those are border shells, the hut will be down in like no time because they're already ready for that.
Yeah, if you charge it, you have the feeling that hut's going to be down for 24 hours. Then that means you either sit there 24 hours while they pound the hut, which, again, it'll come back in 24 hours. But
they'll just do it again.
They'll do it again, yeah, exactly, until you guys do that. Or you guys can take the hut, do like a little circle thing and run down to the roadway, which weren't on the edge of the village, which means you get pounded a little bit, but it takes you the direction. You know the tank has a limited, well, you don't know how limited its direction is. You have a feeling that if you get beyond some of these things, there are only certain elements are going to be able to chase you.
Yeah, well, I feel better about being in the trees, too. I don't know
you could guide it. Now, the other thing is, there's a forest right here.
There's trees here.
Yes, that you can run right towards it. It's going to take you to the gulag.
Yeah.
If that's the gulag. If not, it's maybe something else and it'll take you to whatever else is there.
Well, I don't know which direction he scoped where the thing is, but if we can get the hut into cover around trees, then I feel a lot safer because the trees can shield a lot of the damage.
Yeah. Now, you feel like the first round when you guys stand up, you got to use the magic device to do that. If you guys do that, you have the feeling the hut's going to get peppered. I mean,
does anyone have any illusion magic to cast an illusion to get everything to look the other way or fight the other way? Or
the problem is...
Because
to give the hut a chance.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's saying no.
Not strong enough yet.
Not strong enough yet.
Well, all we need is a diversion then.
Yep.
Cal was volunteering to be a diversion.
We're going to have a lot more advantages, particularly me, if we end up forcing them perhaps to move into the forest to go after us.
Right, but the hut's going to take a ton of damage just to get to the wood. As soon as that starts moving,
We can still get out and get into the hut if it's damaged or not. So there's no real downside to at least making the attempt.
Well, look at it this way, too. Once you get into the woods, even if the hut is damaged, you can get out of the hut and run the rest of the way through the woods probably a lot safer than you would.
Well, if the hut takes enough damage that it has to go into shutdown mode, can we still get out of it?
Yeah, you can still get out.
So, like I said, yeah.
It just sits down on the ground and becomes a regular hut.
Yeah, so there's
now, it's still magically protected and everything. I mean, the hut gets destroyed. You look at it on the outside, it'll look like heck. But the inside's perfectly fine.
So, yeah.
From what you understand, it's immortal. I mean,
right. Well,
your knowledge.
So my point to Kal-El is that, yeah, there's no downside to making the attempt. We're going to be in the... It's either we make it to the forest or we are exactly where we were to begin with.
Exactly.
We failed doing anything else anyway. So...
Yep.
Gotcha. Huh. So we don't have enough invisibility crap to get us to the forest?
Not on the hut you couldn't, but
No,
you
but
guys
we have
could.
disguise. Can we see the uniforms these guys are in?
Yeah, Cal can.
We all can.
So we could disguise ourselves to be these guys and sit there and come up from behind the hut.
Well, there's another problem with that. Within
This is what they look like in a uniform.
The leader is going to know exactly who we are, regardless of what the disguise is.
So these are the ones in the
That'll
village.
save us from messing with
If
these
you want
guys.
to look at it, Josh, this is the one in the village. Brian, this is the ones that are in the village.
Are we able to ID that?
It looks like a white coat with kind of a bluish gray pants with a white hat and black boots.
We could come out behind the hut and with the disguises on, right? And then go into the forest and it looks like, hey, we're just another bunch of soldiers.
I mean, this is...
It would look really suspicious us coming out of the hut. They've been eyeing that thing, I'm sure, as soon as it appeared.
Well,
so
you're trying to sit there and go down and sit there and call.
Hey, Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah? What?
What about this as a perfect situation for a spiritual weapon?
It doesn't have enough range, I think, to do.
What about spiritual?
Oh, yeah, it does. Spiritual weapon is 100 feet plus 10 feet per level.
Medium range, and those things are, and all of our enemies are a long way away from us.
Not these guys.
We could cast a spiritual weapon and they could start attacking some of that stuff.
Are we right here like this on the map? I thought we were much farther away.
We're here.
Okay, I thought we were much further away than this.
No, we could sit there and cast spiritual weapons and start attacking all these guys with spiritual weapons and stay inside the hut.
Yeah, and then that will be a diversion, and while they're dealing with that, we can move the hut and try to hide the hut somewhere in the forest.
I'm perfectly fine with doing that.
Because my thought is that if we can get the hut hidden, because if they know where it is, they'll just camp it, so that when we try to get back to it, we'll have luck get through them to get back to it. But if we can get it out and get it hidden, then we can leave and come back to it when we need to.
Alright. By the way, just as posterity, I'm going to do a siege visibility for myself.
Okay. So if you have to see anything invisible.
Yeah. Last half an hour, I might as well do it now.
All right. So let me know what you guys want to do. I'm kind of sitting here looking at it. And I'm open-minded to whatever as a GM you guys want to try.
Appreciate it.
Put this out there, by the way, for the hut where you guys are sitting. Because I have the thing.
Okay, I've got another idea.
Alright, here's the hut.
We turn Cal invisible.
Yes.
He goes into the forest. He cuts down a couple of those trees.
Mm-hmm.
He flies a couple thousand feet into the air, and he just drops it off.
Jeez.
How long invisibility is going to work?
First of
Just
all,
long enough to get him up in the air out of their range.
yeah. And then you hope his aim is good.
It doesn't even have to be that good at that. I mean,
Find the mortar guys and find an ammunition cache and just pick that box up and fly in the air and drop it on the tank.
we could just wait until nightfall and have pain.
Yeah, but the point is you don't know what their ammunition looks like.
This is true.
You know what a metal musket ball and a black powder horn looks like. To this,
Cannonballs look like.
Yeah, you know what old style cannonballs, but you don't know what the new stuff looks like. You gotta remember, in this day and age, they're using metal cartridges. They're already into the weapons we use today.
If you take the rifles away from them, the ammo's pretty much useless.
Yeah, exactly. If you take the rifles away.
So Hangman's got a bag of holding. We could just wait till night, send Hangman over there, and have him go steal all the weapons.
Well, if it's nighttime, we could just go and do them in because we all got, for the most part, night vision.
Yep, which they don't have that in this day and age.
So that's why I was like, morning is like, oh great, that just takes away that.
You know, one of my abilities is called Fleeting Glance. Basically, gives me improved visibility. I could just go up there and cast Confusion a couple of times.
Yeah.
And then the problem takes care of itself. You throw in a couple of black tentacles in there too.
Oh god, that'd be great. Their reaction to black tentacles would be the best. I think we should just convince them that Damien's God. I really do.
So, what do you guys want to do?
What if he can make happen?
I'm pretty open-minded, guys. Whatever you want to do, you pull the plan together. Now, we are at 1:30, mind you, so we got an hour and a half plus maybe a little extra, and that's about what we got. So,
well, I can cast Vanish enough times for us to be able to get from here from the hut into the forest without, them.
I like either the spiritual weapon or you doing the Fleeting Glance with the Confusion.
okay.
You could do
I think those are the least amount of exposing us and having the most collateral damage on these guys. And then once that happens, then we just move the hut and go hide in the forest somewhere.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. We're going to leave the hut.
Bueller.
You know what I'm doing?
Bueller?
What?
He's asking you
Bueller?
what... Bueller? Ferris Bueller?
You.
Yeah. Basically, he's making sure... Bueller references. I love it. All right. So...
How tall is the hut? Well, when it's sitting down.
When it's sitting down, it is a 2-story hut in most cases. The 2-story hut height on it.
Alright. I am going to, before we head out, do anything.
It stands 15 feet in height and a 15-foot square. So a 15-foot radius, or a 15-foot from the center.
I'm going to do this before we do anything else.
Yes.
I'm going to cast Life Bubble.
Okay.
Creatures touched up to 1 per level. Basically, it's everybody. Duration, 2 hours per level.
Okay.
24 hours. So, we have a 1-inch shell of tolerable living condition as far as air is concerned. We can breathe underwater, in a vacuum, and we are immune to harmful gases and vapors, including inhaled diseases, poisons, and spells, including like cloud kill.
Also combines rather greatly with my sinking cloud.
But it does not protect you from
Negative or positive energy.
Yep.
It does not provide protection. It does not allow the ability to see conditions of poor visibility, nor does the ability to move normally in conditions that impede movement, such as freedom of movement.
But what you would be not immune to is physical damage. So
Right. No, but I'm saying this.
But
Like,
anything else?
you said something about gas.
Gas and anything.
And I'm
Yes.
like, we're covered for the gas.
We're covered for the gas. That's smart.
Now we
just need a
3 feet of water.
force field. You just need a force field.
We just need like 3 feet of water, and that'll stop the
A
bullets.
force field.
And I can do that. It's a 5th level artist. I can do it every day, so we are pretty much immune to the gas.
Does it move?
Can't touch the bullets. But I can say there will be no poison gas.
Yes, there will be no poison gas.
Well, there can be.
He won't die of it. Yes. He won't die.
A telekinetic spear.
All right.
8th level version.
So are you guys going to go down? By the way, the fire's burning quite brightly down now in the village. And the flames.
It's only useful for us as far as protection is concerned, just to give us.
It
That's
depends.
probably what he's watching. Is the
You
fire.
can see the, well, what you see is a smoke just coming over your direction, flying over the side of the hut and getting darker. And you know that it's probably burning. It's up in the air. I mean, I guess you could try to, but you know how smoke is.
Theoretically, have Khalil fly out there. Like, fly out there in front of all of them. You cast that
You don't
invulnerability
have to
on
worry
them,
about smoke.
and they just light into them
We
with all
could be
their
in
ammo.
heavy smoke. It would be
All right. So,
You just need to have some of those
That
smoke
doesn't shake
cans.
them around.
pull it together, guys. What are you going to do?
I'm ready. Just let me know. Am I casting spiritual weapon, or am I going to be vanishing and
Yep.
running into the
And,
woods?
and are you going to be driving the hut, or are you guys going to come out from the hut and go out separately?
We're going to drive the hut.
All right. So,
The duration is 1
you're going to drive it towards the tank in those areas?
Or, no, we're going to go into the woods. Into the woods.
All right.
And then, once we get into the woods, we come out inside the woods, we can come out disguised as soldiers.
So,
We're going to turn and go in a direction. Like, we're not going in a straight line. We're going to turn and kind of like...
so round one, I need a use magic device check for whoever's going to run the hut.
Damien
got
has
the
the
highest?
best. Damien has a plus 26 UMD.
And I rolled
yeah.
a 20.
He rolled a
Natural
20.
Natural
So that's a 46.
Beautiful. You get the hut to stand up, and it begins to do its sprint towards the woods.
Ho ho!
As you do, a couple things happen.
I'm gonna go hide inside.
You guys go past. Of course, you know that the bone fence picks up because whenever you guys move, it kind of disappears. It kind of goes up, folds into itself. As you guys exit that, you hit an area and you can feel explosions under the hut. Well, you don't feel it because it's not moving the inside, but you can see the outside of the hut doing one of
You
these
can
types.
see smoke coming up in plumes.
All right, so the hut has how many hit points?
I'm glad I didn't walk outside.
This is short range.
We did say
See, this
they were
is-
trapped. He said there was.
See, this is
Smart
short
out
range
there.
right here, what I could do.
Nice. So it
I
does
didn't
have
get a
a DR.
perception roll, so...
That does have a DR to anything but adamantine, so that's a beautiful thing. So it'll
DR.
always give you
It means
some.
it's immune to bullets.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of damage.
It takes a lot less damage.
A
So
lot less damage.
let's see.
Plus, you said
Take
it
that
has
out.
fast healing, huh?
Yes, I would.
Yep. So that's 10.
Yeah, so we could just
21
use that.
from that first
Tear into the village with the hut.
3, 1.
Might as well. Shoot.
So there's nothing stopping us now. Huh?
Well, you guys want to go into the forest.
Plus, if we attack the tanks first or any of the big guns, they're not going to be able to do much with most of their smaller
So it
firearms.
takes 16 points of
We're
damage from
figuring
that.
out the things that we can and cannot do. Since we've never tried to control the hut before, we want to make sure we can do it. Of course, it doesn't help
Yeah.
when we roll the 20 to start.
You're guessing this might be the thing it calls mine. As you can see out the window, two of you guys are kind of guiding it out the window. You can see like snow and explosions, and you can hear the rain of metal against the wood. They sprout up at least 15 foot in the air, so you see smoke and debris kind of going up. All right, so that's 15 there, so it takes another 15 points of damage.
I do have
All
a.
right, so 3 of those.
Since I rolled so high and I'm having it go into the forest anyway,
All
I'm
right.
going to have it do like a
So line of fire. Unfortunately, it goes against the
little
touches.
merry jig as it rolls in the forest.
So the touch is 20. So I'll have them do 2 hits on this because it is the hut. All right, where's the Lebdenko?
That's how
So-
successful my use magic device.
So the SAR tank.
Hey, if you're going to do it, come on.
Never. Oh, wait.
All right. The SAR tank. I love the SAR tank.
So the tank fire too?
Oh, the tank fire.
Where's the tank fire? That's what it's been waiting on.
Yep, it hits with a 24 on a touch AC. So it does HD6 plus 1. 8 plus 1.
Oh, the old star tank. I remember that.
Yeah, that's what it is, the Lebdenko. This is a Lebdenko.
Well, at least it's not that super tank that hit.
Alright, so there's 15 are gone there. So it does, the Lebdenko only does 14 points of damage. On that.
Yeah.
You mean the rail gun?
The rail, yeah, oh, there was a tank rail gun, yes. There was a big heavy pounder rail gun. That, but was it in World War I or World War II? I think
I'm
2.
talking about the one that Hitler built in World War II.
Yeah, it was 2.
Built a giant building-sized tank that could only be
Alright.
carted around on,
Now,
on trains.
the Maxim...
Only point in one direction, but it could deliver.
The Maxim machine gun, light machine guns. Oh, nice. 1, 3, 2. Let's see if that one jams. So one of them jams, so it won't get a second set of shots. But one of them does hit. So, unfortunately, one of them jams for them. All right.
I think the word is fortunately, not
I think the word you're looking for instead of jam is explodes.
All right. So it only does 3 points of damage from machine gun fire on it. But you heard them. You heard this. Boom, 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 and you could see out ahead of you guys in the line, snow kicking up or something hitting it. You don't know what, but snow's kicking up. You're figuring it has something to do with the big old thing called a tank back.
I probably should have done the spiritual weapons first.
All right, so let's do the
Just turn the head around.
now the mortar rounds.
Wait.
Spiritual
You're
weapon.
supposed to do
I don't know why you like
Oh,
spinning 20
Dude,
rounds.
we did the. You guys are running. They opened up. The first thing you guys ran through was a minefield. That blew up at the legs. Then the Lebdenko opened up. They're waiting for movement, my friend.
Hold on.
They're.
How heavy is the hut? Is it like a lot heavier than it looks like it should be for being its size?
Yes.
Because I'm thinking I get it to jump and stamp as hard as the ground and set off all the mines.
Here's.
No.
No. You shred the tank. Or you shred the feet of the hut. Yeah, that would not be good. It's an idea, but it's not the one that I would probably do. No, you do know the hut. You kind of figured that both those legs, if they grappled something, could throw somebody into the mouth of the hut and it would swallow it. That's that beak on the top. The beak will eat things. So, it does eat things. Alright, so then...
Now we need
Maybe
to
we
get
should
out
have
of
a
the
charge
line.
in there. That would scare them. Maybe. Oh, wait a minute.
That's what I wanted to do.
You just said that they're not going to be scared.
I wanted to do
1,
it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So far, 9.
That's not good. They're taking like 50 points of damage every round.
So,
And it's like, hey, we all take 50 damage. It's like, I can't keep feeling it.
Yeah, we were supposed to do the confusion first.
yeah, the confusion would have... Yeah, there definitely is too many of them. You know for sure that if it would have, there's no way. Alright, so this gets rolled 7 times for the mortar rounds that have so far hit the hut.
That many 7 rounds? You'd be dead.
It's plus 20 to hit from the gunners.
You'd be dead.
For your crack troops. Let's see, there is 15 out of there already, so it just takes 5 points so far. 5,
I don't like the fact that that actually doesn't work.
13 is 18 points.
Luckily, I spent my resources into just expanding my spells. No, and then
That does 2 points, so that's 20.
Rods with that power, rods with reach. I basically said, well,
That does not
I can't use it.
on top of that, it cripples your spirit. I think miss the ball.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming
37
my
points.
healing is not empowered or maximized.
Does men deal 1 point of damage to an object?
What's that?
Does men deal 1 point of damage to
3
an
and
object?
then the
1d4.
last one.
Can you just sit there and spamming men?
3 and that does nothing. Alright.
I can,
Then they get 3
mend,
more shots and then
I
we're
can
done.
mend every round.
You just sit there and mend the hut back?
I can mend the hut, so 1d4 every round.
That's so weird.
Alright. I'm going to mend the hut. Get back 2 points.
Okay.
Just do that every round. Just ding, 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 ding.
Alright, so it takes 60 points out of a possible.
I think it already has healing.
Right.
So 60 points out of a possible 165 points that it could have taken. So it has now 54. It has 54 plus Paul's 2 points.
Yep.
It has 56 hit points. So you got to figure, out of 56 points of damage, it's probably its DR against adamantine has probably absorbed close to 200 points of damage from this. Just automatic.
Combination of every weapon.
Oh yeah, mortars, mines, tank, machine guns. Yes, it just. Boom, 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 boom. You guys have reached the edge of the forest now, and it's starting to sprint through the forest. You are out of range of even their farthest things, because as you guys reach the forest, it runs at about, what is the run on this bad boy? Because you have perfect control of what you roll on.
Well, if a 20 is not perfect.
So its normal move is 60 feet around. A full run is 4x, 240 feet. You have now moved out of their range of that tank, because that tank outside of 300 feet is not very accurate at all.
Hold on. Just as I enter the forest, right after all that attack, I have defended this.
Yes, it does its little kip as it's running through the forest.
So what's the range on this thing? On these guys here? How far away are we from these guys?
You're done now. You are right now 390 feet away.
You're still within fireball range.
Well, they're within fireball if you want to try to do it, yeah. But you have to be outside the hut if you want to go outside the hut and do it. Outside. If you want to go stand on the railing while there may be a possibility one of them might pick you off somewhere, you can do it. I mean, we're going to be fine. All right.
Yeah,
so,
let's
see.
They already shot the hut. You'll be fine.
Let's see here. Hang on real quick. All right.
I thought we were in the forest. That's the only reason why.
All right. So,
which means that we should be a lot harder to see now.
all right. So,
I can perk this thing.
as you are running, let's see. Did you see? Okay, it does get half. You see in the sky, the nice, beautiful sky, these bolts of lightning come down and hit the hut.
Bolt of lightning.
Out of a clear blue sky.
You're going spell. What level spells can you cast up to?
6.
Okay. Roll a DC spell check. You're going to have to roll greater than a 28 to know the spell.
Whew. That's a really high level spell. Let's kill it. Let's find what did it and kill it. It's got to be a mythic thing. Let's murder it.
Got no resistance?
It does. Let's see.
Figure if it's a large deck, it might fit.
Minus his
We immune to lightning because it's
Nope.
like
He actually overcame it.
Nope. I have no idea.
You have no
I only
So,
rolled 5.
21,
I
28,
needed a 10 to beat it.
35, 42, 50,
Unless 3 of you can aid me.
60,
8 on what?
76,
I need 6 points.
I can aid
Means I
you.
need 3 successful aids.
76.
You need to aid. You need to roll a 10 or have an adjusted 10? Adjusted 10?
Yep.
Oh, no, I
104 points of damage.
I don't.
To 52 points of damage. Your hut is running, but boy, not as fast. As soon as that bolt hits it, it does 102 points of damage to the hut. So you get an idea of how powerful Rasputin is.
Is the hut a living thing or a construct?
It's a construct.
Can I tell what type of spell it was? Like divine, arcane.
What was your roll? What was your roll?
I needed a 10 to get the DC 28, so it was a 23.
Alright, so 23 you would know what it
You got
is.
2 aids.
Should be an evocation spell.
So
right?
I missed it by
yeah.
1.
Evocation, air, and metal. Of the air and metal type of elements. So it's an elemental evocation spell.
Okay.
So,
But is it an arcane spell or a divine spell?
it is possibly, it is possible for an arcane to have, but there is one divine that could have it as well. And the divine that would have it would be a Oracle could possibly have. Oracles slant both ways on their spells. Other than that, no, nobody like him, the War Priest, or anyone else would do.
Okay, so an oracle can have it, I assume, because a mystery must have granted that most
Yes.
and of course certain rare arcane casters can probably do it.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
most likely an
But
oracle or
you felt like that was a message to you from someone. Because
lightning resistance.
you know, and again, it doesn't take a lot of divine intuition to know. On this world, like the Daemon told you, and the Daemon kind of chuckled when that happened. He's sitting in there with you guys, by the way. He's kind of playing his cards. He's not doing anything. He's just sitting there playing cards. And all you hear him chuckle under his breath is, somebody's angry.
Why wouldn't they be angry? They were going to be angry from the start?
So, alright. The hut takes you, and I'm going to pull this one with that one a bit.
Why hasn't Rasputin tried to destroy the hut before?
It's probably not powerful enough to do so.
Yeah. He just did.
Alright.
Well, it's an
So the hut sets you down
The only non-mythic person who could
From this,
destroy an artifact is through more than
about 100 feet, 150 feet back from
or
this.
mage's destruction as it's called.
So what I'm going to do like this is I will put this like this with the gate and the wire going this way. And then, let's see. This way.
I know what I would do. I would do this.
Alright, yeah, do that. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, you're good at that. I was just trying to make it all work and figure out how do I get this. There we go. Well, whoops. I can get everybody out there and not destroy everything.
Yep, you slide it underneath. Now you've got
Now we got some squares.
squares to deal with.
You guys run for what seems to be a while, half an hour or so. And then you guys come up to
What is this?
what looks to be your hut.
Did we beat the shadow here?
You did not, that you know of. You didn't see it, either way. So you guys are sitting out a distance from what looks to be a very large area. It's cleared, the area around it is cleared out quite a ways from the forest. What's the best way to put it? Alright. Okay, so the forest ends abruptly at a muddied field riddled with snow-rimmed craters and punctuated by gnarled trees. Twisted coils of barbed wire and deep trenches. Beyond a high fence, caked with black onion domes, hint of a ruined temple reaching for the stormy sky, which, by the way, the storm went from very nice to the sky went from very nice to stormy, where dark clouds churn and boil. Eerie gray shadows dance and writhe across the dusky landscape, giving the appearance of almost a maggot-riddled corpse. So, there is a no man's land between you guys and what looks to be a very large, walled-in, or fenced-in area, which is around, in the center of it, it looks to be where the onion domes are. And there's a lot of movement that you guys can see. You guys see...
Scott probably sees better than the rest of us.
Oh, he probably does. The hut before it... Now, the hut wrenches itself out of you and just comes to an abrupt stop where it does. And it will not let you guide it any further. Way on the outsides of it, you see these crawling around on either side, and these in the front.
What are they?
They look to be metal boxes with treads with what looks to be ghostly
That's,
lit
yeah. That's what I thought the first
viewing
thing was.
cords. Yeah, they look like ghostly looking. No, these are smaller versions of it.
Yeah.
They look like ghostly lit viewing ports. You don't see any movement inside of them. It's just a movement of the device itself. You are confused almost by it. Damien, go ahead and make a spellcraft since you're a arcane spellcaster of sorts.
It's a golem. Cast control construct.
I don't have it. 8 plus 18, 26.
It looks to be like that. It looks like an animated piece of machinery where no human being is driving. Its actions are way too constructive.
Is it a golem or just some kind of animated object?
It's a construct. It's a animated object, but it's a construct.
Well, animated objects are constructs.
Yeah.
One tells me if it's like completely immune to magic, and the other tells me that it's just a tank that doesn't have people in it.
Makes a difference.
Yeah. The difference is whether or not my spells will affect it.
Can you look it up?
I am right now. It just has construct traits, is what it has. Versus a golem.
Golem has its own like set of traits.
It's a construct in traits and abilities.
Should be.
It could be, yes.
I don't know, cast something at it.
Within the trenches themselves. Let me see. Where are the trenches? Now you see a total of 6 of those moving around the fortress itself.
If you can set, if the gas is flammable and you set it on fire, that's really all you need to do. Just turn it into some napalm.
How far away is it? Yeah, it's pretty close.
Those trenches, right?
Yeah, but there's one right here. We're like within 10, 20, 30, 40 to 50 feet.
So we have life bubble active?
Yes.
And your full duration is 24 divided by the number.
No, not divided by. Everybody gets it for 2 hours per level. Doesn't say divided by.
So in these trenches, there is movement around.
Nope.
That's even better.
Yeah. It's just that every day, everybody has the ability not to worry about it.
That's awesome. You should cast that every day.
It's a 5th level spell, and so is Raised Dead, so, you know.
Alright, so each of these, and this goes out a ways, these things go this way, and probably another section here and another section here about the full length across of the front of it with the trenches is
It doesn't say anything about distributing the duration.
I'll give you the full length because you guys are going to want to know this going in. Alright, so full length across the front is
Oh, wait, maybe you do. When you cast the spell, it has a total duration of 2 hours per cast level. You can divide this duration in any manner you wish, not necessarily to up to 1 creature per caster level.
Either direction, this goes out about almost 280 feet either direction. From here out. And then it goes over 500 or more feet this direction.
And they're all full of,
The trenches are full of troops. All the way around. Up in the towers, you see some different people that you can't quite make out, but they are up. There's movement up in the towers, and Scott got a glimpse of these people before and looking in. Let's see, what's the tower number? Towers are number C3.
oh, that's genius. How much space can you cover with that stone wall spell? What if you just cast that stone wall and you just cover the tops of all those trenches?
How do you guys feel about hiding somewhere till nightfall?
I think that's a good idea.
In these towers,
Well, the thing is, we're disguised. We look like soldiers. As long as we keep the hut out from within visual range.
Pretty sure they
Yes. The hut's hiding in the forest, right?
Pretty much.
Right.
No. It's on the edge of the forest by the no man's land. You have been spotted.
No! What? No, that wasn't the plan. The plan was to have it hide in the forest.
Doesn't matter what the plan was, Scott. The cut kept going, and like Damien he had control until it hit the edge of the forest, and then it wrenched out of his hand. And it did its own thing.
We were never not in sight. Rasputin has known where we are and has been following.
You hear a chuckle from the Thano demon again, the coffin keeper. He goes, "Oh yes, the hut must have found the Baba." It's normally like that. When it's looking for the Baba, it will go under its own will. Sorry.
Sorry, not.
No, I'm not. I find amusement in this.
Stonewall has a medium range.
So you are in line of sight of everybody. Everybody has seen you run up and the hut sit down. It has done nothing right now. There's been no firing, no nothing yet.
I think we should bust out and hit the forest.
This here, Scott, goes all the way around like this, every direction. There are tower-wise in this area here to give you guys how big this thing really is. Because this is a huge compound. Remember what the old German gulags and the Russian gulags look like? Like that. They're huge.
Has Rasputin been working with Elavana?
Mm-hmm. So it is easily 600 feet east to west, which is what you're facing now.
Which is cool. So we're at the edge of the forest.
North to south is 560 feet. And around these are trenches, barbed wire, and 2, 4, 6,
My concern is the
8.
forest right now.
There is 8 towers, and in the towers are people.
That's great. Where's the forest?
Behind you. The hut turns around and sits down and faces the forest.
How far is it to the forest?
For where you guys are running, probably about 80 feet away. You could run from the front door.
Well, better now than never. You guys ready? Before they set up any more? I mean, you were already screwed, so, you know.
Oh, we're not screwed.
Okay. Or we're screwed
Damien
anymore.
knows when he's been screwed or not.
It feels unpleasant right now, but again, the hut kind of knows what the hut wants, and Baba is obviously not far for this hut to go to right here.
That's great.
Not great for you guys. Not great.
It's not.
Not great for you guys, but great for the hut.
Okay.
So you went from the Lebdenko tank to 6 smaller tanks, and it looks to be easily, from these troops sitting here, facing outward, at least probably 150 soldiers facing you with, anywhere from the clackety multi-firing bullet things to the rifles to the little tubes that fired things at you guys. To the people with the very long rifles that are up in the tower.
Oh, yeah. I already know that. So, what do you guys want to do now? I mean, actually come up with a plan and follow the plan.
Try. Max is feeling hopeful right now, I can tell. Max's World War I tactical is kicking in right now. How are you feeling tactically right now, Max? Just tell me.
Calling for a massive barrage that we don't have.
You want World War II B bombers to come in.
These aren't troops. These are individual persons.
No.
These are forms, dude.
The only ones that are individual are the ones with the pale-looking faces and the long rifle. That's one of each. Yeah. Well, no, the ones that are up in the towers.
Just as a reminder, I did.
Everything else are machine gun crews, rifle crews of anywhere from 10 15 apiece. I can tell you, you got a mass swarm hit points, so yeah.
Mass swarm times 5.
Sitting in front of you is 2,500 hit points worth of creatures. Now, the question is, where do you tread from here?
There's only one place to tread. That's the forest.
The frontal assault is probably not the wise idea right now.
Well, here's the problem. If we're not getting experience points, we're not going to be strong enough level to face Rasputin once we get to him. We need to sit there, because we're already behind. We should be level 13 now.
Well, we've been here. Let's get a tuning fork for here. Go back to the last place we were at and start farming for experience. There's a whole host of dragons there, and one that we didn't kill before.
Well, but here's the point. Your things that were magic that got you there are sitting up on the wall, not allowing you to return. That's the one thing that you guys, and I'll tell you out front, anything you pull off that wall now, won't take you anywhere. You are where you're supposed to be.
We can plane shift ourselves now.
Yes, you can. That you could do. Into whatever planes surround the Earth.
Is one of those the ethereal plane?
Yeah, but what he's saying is that we can't sit there and plane shift our way back to Triaxius or Galarian.
No.
But we can.
Well, not without a lot of trouble.
However, we could potentially plane shift our way back to London.
Well, that's
Yeah, cup of tea. or
Can I borrow some of your?
or you could go to the
explosive.
or you could go to the French trenches, which would be really fun.
part of
Right
one of the
now.
other reasons why I summoned the Jenny. Plane shift 3 times per day. Willing targets to elemental planes, astral plane, or material plane.
I understand.
And it'll be during this time period.
Yeah, that's too bad. We need to sit there and be able to go forward in time about 30 years. Go over there and say, "Can I get one of your tactical? Come down here." And
Yeah, boom. See, the fun of this is, you got to think of yourself. Okay, you got lots of, and this is the no man's land is a big problem because this area is trampled down. You can tell these guys have faced some sort of opposition. They're not moving and firing on you. So what that tells you right now, again, even if you don't know this world, is these are experienced troops. Because
we need to get the other army.
Troops that weren't experienced would be firing on you right now with seeing this hut walking on chicken legs, okay? So, obviously...
Well, they're Rasputin's troops, so they're definitely prepared for that.
I don't know how far back in Germany we have to go.
Now, again, if you go back to the force here, so you're going to be 80 plus 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, 60. So you'd be 240 feet away that you're going to have to cross in that no man's land without anyone spotting. Even invisible, it doesn't cover tracks in the snow.
Unless you're flying.
Unless you're flying, like Cal. which you could do.
If we were invisible, we could get it to where everybody
Jenny can also do both of those things. She has perfect flight and invisibility.
Or you could have Kal-El sit up invisible on top of the hut, and you could teleport inside.
I can also do that too.
Or dimension door inside. Here. You know right now, at least to your ability, that there is, and in your mind, from what the daemon has told you, there is no magic that is necessarily covering this place that you know of.
Well, one fun thing I could do is that before...
I mean, I could sit there and fireball, but I don't think I could do 2,500 points of damage.
No.
Well, you don't have to. Can the hut teleport?
The hut
that could create
cannot teleport once it's in an area. It unfortunately, it's going to stay where it's going to stay right now. Now, the nice thing about that is, if you guys get into trouble, you have a place to run. That they not necessarily can follow you in.
Yeah.
Because if they come in and don't have the mana, guess what the Thano demon's going to do? Mm-hmm. He's going to kill them. To the man or woman. Because...
You get them all to come in.
They don't. Yeah. That probably will last 1 or 2 times when they figure out their buddies aren't coming back. Yeah, tea and crumpets. Want to play some poker?
So this is my idea right now. I cast a resilient sphere. I can get it right about here, literally right in the middle of them. And then I dimension door into the sphere, and then I have fun just shooting spell after spell at them.
Until you're worn out, and then you teleport back.
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to sit there and go back into the forest and sit there and get up on a tree and just fireball.
You guys could, because again, remember the hut's got...
The sphere, I can take us both into the sphere. The sphere is going to be 1 foot diameter per level, which is about 12 feet, so it's enough to fit 4 people.
Okay. Should we actually be facing the entire army, or
you're not? The door is
our
facing.
objective is inside, right?
Yes. The door is facing away, so that's the nice part. When you exit out, you're not going to get shot on sight. The hut's smart enough to turn you in the other direction towards the forest. Doesn't mean that it's always obedient. It's obedient to Baba Yaga. You guys just happen to be...
Look at my chicken rear end.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I taunt you. I taunt you.
I could get the hut to do a Russian dance, just...
Nice. The sphere is like a wall of force. I like that.
Here's what I'm thinking or hoping.
So you're right. The resilient sphere acts like a wall of force. Literally.
Yep.
So the wall of force would take how much
damage to a wall of force and take it down?
You can cast spells through it, like on the other side.
Yeah, but I think if they shoot it, the wall of force, enough shots, they'll just take it down, won't it?
The wall, so this is what it says. The wall cannot move, but in this case the resilient spirit can, and is not easily damaged. A wall of force is immune to dispel magic, although the mage's disjunction can still dispel it. A wall of force can be damaged by spells as normal, except for disintegrate, which automatically destroys it. It can be damaged by weapons and supernatural abilities, but a wall of force has a hardness of 30 and the number of hit points to 20 times the caster level. So what's your caster level?
12.
12. Are you sure you're 12? Did he give you back all of your... You did. You gave him back all of
he's still down 1.
I have an milestone that gives me +1, which is negated by the negative.
So 12. All right, so that's 240.
He's still down 1.
So a hardness of 30 plus a 240 hit point wall. So basically, they got to do 30 points of damage to begin doing damage to it.
That's kind of risky, though, because we know Rasputin's a very high-level caster. So.
Breath weapons and spells cannot pass through a wall of force either direction. Although a dimension door, teleport, and similar can bypass the door.
100 hit point lightning bolt.
I could also be able to cast multiple resilient spheres layered into each other, because the only spells I can't cast inside of it are things that have to go through the wall.
So my friend, here's the problem. Yeah. So any type of ray spells or fireballs or things like that are not necessarily going to go through it. Evocation type of magic. However, you can do other types of spells.
Yeah,
spells
non-damage outside,
yes.
Like a wall of fire.
Yes, you could do a wall of fire. You could do other things.
I can do that. Wall of fire right
But
there.
yeah, exactly. And that burns the trench troops and sends them scurrying directions. Yes.
See, I'm more than happy to do that, because I got wall of fire all day long.
But then again,
200 feet.
Here's the point. The hut's there, and yes, probably somebody knows you're there. But you could really announce it by taking the resilient spear and moving in front of the building and letting it announce I'm here. Or you can just let the hut sit, and it seem like it's doing nothing. Now, the troops don't know anything about invisibility spells if it's not a magic world, right? You must assume that now. Again, do they or not? I don't know. But at least to your knowledge, they don't know. And so that's the key with that, is you don't know what's going on. You don't know how it's all going to go. Because it could be that they know, it could be they don't know. And the unfortunate thing is, you're taking a chance. So let's put this back towards me so I don't have it all out there. But and I'm gonna take a picture.
I was thinking that we take a break for the forest, then we infiltrate disguise using our disguises.
Does that work out so well for us against the dragon?
That's different because the dragons weren't disguised.
We tend to negotiate poorly.
No, they don't. Not when Payman's doing it versus people who aren't like stupid high level.
Yeah, as long as it's not Rasputin that he's trying to bluff, I think we're okay.
I don't know where Trixie is. Where
I would
did you put
imagine that these
Trixie?
soldiers are much more powerful than most of the dragon's minions inside.
Okay, we'll go get her.
Inside of the Crystal Fortress.
Come over here. Get Trixie off the power supplies. All right.
No, I don't know if they're that strong. I just think that there's a lot of them.
They're skilled at fighting, but as far as resistance is, they shouldn't have.
True, but
Not unless
resistance.
there's somebody there that can give them resistances that you don't know about. What the
Yeah, but that's
Thanos
a lot
told
to
you
do.
from your knowledge is that there is nothing and nobody, no types of major magic on this world. There's limited amounts. And it's not like other worlds where you have a spellcaster protecting 60 people.
Unless these guys all have magical items, give them that kind of deal. That's way too many for, I mean, if we're dealing with a spellcaster that can do all that, then we need to go home.
Yeah. So,
I'll take the penalties
So, hon?
to die.
come see.
What TPK is in
This isn't a TPK, but
Yeah.
these are, this is a section of a 560 by 600 foot prison.
It's a TPK waiting to happen.
Machine gunners, riflemen, mortars, snipers, tanks.
We're ready for confusion, just say the word.
And the hut that they were controlling that ran away from the big tank came out of the forest, even though he said no, 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 it set itself down in the domain, facing the other direction.
Basically,
The demon inside said, maybe it's because Baba Yaga's inside. It wants to be close to the Baba.
I hope you guys all have your next character.
That's ready to go. I was ready last week.
Everybody's ready now.
Like 4 months ago.
He was ready 4
we
months
can start
ago.
that campaign next time.
You know, just end
You
it.
can.
Just end them here and then just start fresh next time.
Well, again, frontal assault would probably be everybody dies. Or at least it would be a flash in the pan and some would make it and some would be chopped into little
Can the
pieces.
Hurricane rent us some rings of invisibility for a couple days?
Rent. No, you could probably take some of the items you were given and sell them to the Mercade. You can always try to call him up and see what he wants to do for you
Well, how about
guys.
this? I'm going to start casting some my choice of defensive spells.
What's wrong with the
Not a bad idea.
fire and the disguise?
I love
Show up as soldiers.
I'll start with
Yeah,
expeditious
except
retreat.
Or
my problem
weapons?
is
How's she doing with going potty, honey?
The mysterious house
I'd
just
do
showed
one
up,
more for her, but
and
she
then a
don't want
bunch
you
of
to
guys
play
were walking
games
out
for
of
her.
the woods.
After
No.
we do the
Come on,
fire.
Max. Gotta
She
think a
went-
little more than that.
She went and came
We
and
don't
got
just
Trixie.
walk in the woods and come out of the woods.
Burnt.
Okay.
And then it's just like, oh, you sit there and suffer the same thing. We just have to make sure that we all know how to speak Russian.
Yeah.
I can speak Russian. It sounds like it's coming out of a universal translator, but I can speak Russian.
Yes, it's the universal translator from Star Trek. Let you
We just have
speak
to sit
Russian.
there and make sure we speak with,
Which even makes
with
me
an
look like
accent.
I'm speaking their language.
Because the Damon dislikes these things.
Well, now, see, the thing is, we don't have to attack right away.
No, you
If
don't.
we go into the forest and we fade and we capture some troops or what have you, and we disguise ourselves with them, we come back at night in a different section.
You're
Granted,
just
they'll be more alert, but
right.
I think Payman, if he's given the right spells where he can talk to these guys, I think he can get these guys. Now Rasputin, no, but Payman, I think he could bluff these guys.
Probably.
Wow.
Payman bluffing troops is probably much easier. Payman looking like a Russian, person, and
It depends.
That's what the
It
disguise is
depends.
for.
If they are, that's why I said, if they're motivated financially or via like military control, I agree you can bluff them. If they're controlled magically by Rasputin dominating them, then not so much.
time. That's why I took some
You're
pictures
like,
of everything
yeah,
to see
they're
what
just mindless. See, they're controlled, and it's like you can't bluff somebody like that.
Rings of invisibility are only 20,000 gold pieces.
Oh,
Well, that's why,
that is
you
so
know,
wimpy for
if we-
you.
That's why we need to capture
I have a
these
whole
guys and
800
interrogate them and
gold
get info.
The nice thing is the hut's at least there. They can run back to it at any point.
Tell you what, how about I go get one of these guys?
Go for it.
Find it.
Yeah,
Go for it,
somebody
Scott.
get some invisibility. Anybody got invisibility?
Nope.
That won't
No. Alright. Cal.
I'm a priest, not a magic.
Yeah, Damien
not a
is
wizard.
just casting defensive spell after defensive spell on himself.
Cal is going to cast Deathless, number 1. Then he's going to cast Channel Vigor for haste.
Grab one.
I don't think you can't out-defend the thing to move the hot air.
Okay.
And he's going to cast, where's it? It's on the list.
Where's Narnia's
Cultural Adaptation,
Okay.
which allows me to mimic the mannerisms of whatever culture
She's very limited in what she can do.
that I'm
I
in.
mostly have her around
Okay.
for things she can do out of
I
combat.
understand, but we can make it look like she's casting this spell.
Well, she certainly
You
has
got the
spell
time
casting
to, as long as you
to
keep
cover-
track of how many rounds.
Yeah, those are, the cultural is 10 minutes per level, the others are, everything's minutes per level, right, so it's far.
Okay.
I think if they in any way can see or hear her, she's going to die.
Alright, let's put the hut here. So
I'm only going to let her.
this.
She only has like 30 something.
Alright, so
39.
I did on that too.
I know. Nah, it's because
So,
it's been a
right
long
now,
day
my
yesterday.
friend is gonna be ready, so-
Alright, let's see some channel bigger here. Alright.
But if you were to go out in a little distance to like the left or something away from this forest, where she can still be relatively hidden from gunfire, she probably, once things start going down, she'll probably just start shouting her gibberish that sounds like spells.
Well, and then, Cal is going to, he has protection from evil. I don't know if these guys are evil or not.
Remily or Greta could probably do the same in the other direction.
Depends. It might be.
Well, Cal can fly 90 with haste.
Okay.
And then you can do a full movement. Yeah, you can do a full movement when you're flying, right?
You can do a full movement when flying, yes.
So that's times 4.
People want naming can also haste everyone.
That would be a full movement. Wouldn't be times 4. A full movement is basically if you're trying to do a run. It depends on what type your full movement is. Full movement is your movement. If you're doing a run and you want to take a full round action or a flying faster, I'd have to see on flying faster. Running, it's normally 4 times. With let's see, flight and running, I don't know what that would end up being. Let me look here.
I think it's the same.
Yeah, we'll double check it just in case.
Yeah.
If everyone wants it, I could use a scroll of haste if we're going to start doing stuff.
I think Cal's gonna go try and steal
Let's see what it says on that. The channel vigors, you said, like I said, yeah, it lets you pick the one thing and you can do haste on the limbs, which gives you the extra movement. So
Exactly.
Okay, so
the one was one.
in addition to the magic I had on me before, I have electricity resistance 30, which I cast shortly after the lightning strike from before. So have tree stride and see invisibility. I've always had endure elements up. I have life bubble. But I've since cast Expeditious Retreat, Mirror Image with Mirror Image with 8 images, Resist Fire 30, Resist Cold 30, Blink, and that's it.
Alright, let's see. Questions running in flight. There it is. I knew they'd have it. Couldn't find anything via the sedge. Which fly with a natural speed or swim could use a run action. Let's see. Where is the person from Pipes? Alright. So, now using a spell, it says the fly spell specifically states you cannot run, but you're not using the fly spell.
It's not a spell.
It's an ability. So, the question is...
Or does that count? I'm using the wing scarf.
All right. So as for fly speeds, I can't see a reason not to let creatures with natural fly speeds run. So it's going to be a judgment call. I'll give it to you that you could, because it's not a spell. Yeah, it's not a spell ability. It's almost as if you have that as it is your natural ability. So it's a natural movement ability. So I will say yes, you can run it. You can go at a 4 times speed, straight line. Now,
yes.
If you go anything vertical, diagonal, anything like that, that's a whole nother animal. Now, if the hut is standing up on its legs, it allows you to fly out from it really easy. Or you can choose to first you can fly straight up, wait around, and then go crossed to do the rest of your fly, if that makes sense. In other words, you're going to take your first round out going straight up to get you to the height you want to be. So if that's like 10 feet in the air, 8 feet, whatever. That way you're above the ground, so if somebody opens up at you on a straight line thinking you're on the ground, or you're flying fast, kicks up any dust from the snow, then they don't think, okay, maybe some sort of movement, let's fire on it. So the only way they would see you is if somebody had a see invisibility ability. Otherwise, you would be pretty much guarded.
Oh.
Now, here's the other thing you could do. You have Dimension Door, don't you?
I have the blink spell.
You have the blink spell. All right.
Well, that's what I was going to do. I was going to fly and then use
Blinking in would allow you to blink and then blink out of there. And that would then keep you, especially if you're invisible, even if they saw you, you get out of there in such a way that you're not having the problems. Because blink allows you to. You blink quickly back and forth between the material plane and the ethereal plane, as though you're winking in and out. Physical attacks have a 50% miss chance. If the attack is capable of striking ethereal creatures, it's only a 20% miss chance.
How many towers are there?
There are 8 towers.
All right. Paul, would you mind doing spiritual weapon on those towers?
No, I wouldn't mind at all.
Because basically, my thought is have him do the spiritual weapon against the towers to get them. Because I'm assuming that's what the snipers are.
It's not going to do anything. Why do you think it's going to do anything?
Why wouldn't it do anything?
It's only going to last for like 8 rounds.
It's only going to last so I can get to the forest, so they don't get a shot at me.
That's all you want.
It's a diversion. Yeah, it's just a diversion.
As long as that's what you want, is just to be a diversion. Because it's not going to kill anything.
That's a nice effect.
So that the snipers, who have the best chance of probably hitting me to get to the forest, because they're probably waiting, they would be distracted, hopefully.
Here's a good thing.
I like the wall of fire distraction.
Guys, here's a good thing to keep in mind.
No, it can reach everything on one side. The spiritual weapon can't get all 8 towers either. It can only do 1.
You do more than 1.
It's going to take 8 rounds to do 8 weapons.
What if you...
Not if you have a wand. Well,
it still takes 8 rounds, 1 per weapon.
Okay.
So,
we can wait.
What you...
It's coordinated.
Yes, but a wall of fire can get all the 2 towers in 1 round.
Why would you do fire? You guys got other types of... What other spells do you guys have?
Yes, but a wall of fire basically doesn't allow them to see.
Right, but he's going to get
2 towers at a time. Or if you're just one direction, they can't see you.
You don't have to distract all 8 towers.
You only have to distract 2 of them.
You only have to distract 2 of them.
Yeah, the 2 are facing forward.
Yeah.
The other ones are facing in the right direction. Yeah, there's only 2
Now you
facing.
get both of those with 1 spell.
Well, actually, I'm sorry. There are 2. Hang on, let me look at the sides. Because there might be another 2.
You might have to distract a third.
I can get all of these
That's why I
guys
was thinking
with
about the
1
spiritual
spell.
weapon, because you could use a wand for that, because we have a wand for that and not use any of your spells until they're needed.
There are 4 towers. Let's see, it's 4. Actually, I'm sorry. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 towers total. 4 on the front side. So there are 4 on the front side.
The front?
Yes, that's the front that's facing you. Those are the 2 that are the gate towers. If you go another 280 feet this way, 280 feet this way from the road, there's another set of towers. I couldn't draw it long enough.
I see.
It goes past you and these guys sitting in the chairs. That's how long it goes. It's a very long.
Here.
Yeah. There's basically the 4 corners have towers, plus there's 2 in between the 4 corners on the west and the other two walls. Now, there's a front and back tower that are, there's one here facing you guys, and two facing you guys at this entrance. There's a back side that has no. The towers themselves.
How high up are they?
That's a good question. The towers themselves.
Some of these guys are on the ground, right? Some of these guys are in the tower.
A covered watchtower looms over the prison camp, standing stilt-like on metal legs. A ladder climbs up to the trapdoor in the tower's floor. So it's like the old military ones, like they had the Japanese ones, so 30 feet high.
30?
Yeah, so the 30 feet metal towers with the ladder that goes straight up, pushes open the trapdoor, and then you're in the tower. And the tower is standing at the top. Now the tower.
How tall is this set of doors right
Towers or the guys in the ground?
Those doors right there. It's a good question.
All I need is the towers.
The doors themselves are.
These guys are the towers. These guys are the towers. These guys are on the ground.
Gulag. Hang on. Look at the Gulag tower things. No Man's Land, Defenders in the Trenches, Watchtowers.
These guys up here are individual towers?
Front gates and perimeter fence. A muddy road snakes up to the barbed wire field in No Man's Land, winding between a wooden gate that serves as the only entrance to the prison yard. The wooden gates are 15 feet tall, along with the perimeter fence. The perimeter fence is metal with wooden pegs that go in between around the way, kind of like the fence posts.
How tall did you say they were?
And
They were heavy metal doors, aren't they?
you can see the front doors are not heavy metal doors.
Doors right here, they're just wood.
They're wood. 15-foot tall wood doors.
How much would you say they weigh?
The doors themselves probably 60 or 70 pounds, maybe. I mean, they're thick doors. 15 foot by about 10 foot wide. Maybe a little more. It could be up to about 90 pounds, between 70 to 90 pounds per door. Because again, you remember a wooden door, even if it's thick, doesn't necessarily mean it's. In other words, what you guys see is the doors are there simply to keep people from busting out from the other side. Keeping people from busting in, they're not worried about because you got all these towers. And if you get in,
the towers are made of what?
They're made of metal.
Metal.
Yes.
So metal can melt.
It can if it's not thick enough. Yeah.
And
the fences are chain link type of fences going around.
Yeah. They'll melt.
Stuck to metal posts or wooden posts.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Enough fire damage.
You could no. Wall of fire on the. If he sticks a wall of fire.
Ooh, can't get past its hardness.
Yeah, let's see.
Because with like objects, fire damage is halved, then hardness applies.
Really?
Yeah. The only thing that can get past hardness is sonic and acid damage. I imagine those specific things like chains depending on what type of object they are, but it's very.
This is World War I metal. I don't think it's that strong.
It's
the gates themselves, the wooden. Let's put it this way: if you were to put it on
it's going to do 2d6 plus 12. So that means it could do a maximum of 24.
All right, so let's see how much I'm putting some metal there. Let me look at the metal.
Yeah, because the barbed wire stuff, that's no way that's going to survive.
If the fire damage is halved, then that means you're doing about 2 actual points of damage to it per round.
So you would figure that probably the chain link fence would take maybe somewhere around 40 points of damage before it's down, with the hardness and the hit points. Okay. The doors themselves, probably 60 points. So if you were to, throw a fireball at the doors, you'd blow the friggin' doors off.
Yeah, but the thing is that the wall of fire can stay up for as long as I want.
You put the wall of fire up in front of the chain link fences. You fire the fireball through the wall of fire. Yeah. But again, you still have the trenches and the barbed wire that are looking at you.
But I can make another.
These towers, how covered are they? Are we talking about like little things where they can only get their guns?
Think
out of,
about World War II prison camp Japanese towers that are the towers, the trap door that have probably some metal around them.
So pretty easy to combination of
They're inside.
It's
they're
a metal-
inside
it's-
a metal.
It's metal and probably wood in the inside to give it some insulation. The outside's probably metal to protect against bullets. So it's like a metal shod wood that is the outer side of the tower.
Okay, well,
Again, what does that do? It keeps bullets from automatically just penetrating. Because what do you want to do?
The wall of fire will go inside the room.
Well, if you cast it in the room, then you set
the
everything
wall
on fire.
the wall will sit there and go there in the space, and so it'll sit there. It's not going to be stopped based on the metal wall.
No, it would just
the
try.
air in between will be burning.
Basically, it's going to make that a possible charnel house. In that whole thing.
okay, this is what I'm thinking of doing. First thing I'll do is once I'm start ready to do something, and I'm finishing casting my short duration spells. My last one will be vanish on myself, and Jenny will have her invisibility active. Since I can still see her, I'm going to have her pull me up somewhere to where I can cast Resilient Spear, probably right at this spot, and then I'll Dimension Door there and start my assault.
Now, one thing to keep in mind. You're just seeing the front with the thing.
I'm aware that there are probably a lot more towers. I just wanted to get into a spot where I'm protected from their own assault rifles for the duration that Resilient Spear will last.
So here's what you got, from what you guys can see from going outside.
Get them all, put that scatter away, and then sit there and put up another wall of fire and another wall. I can do some wall of fire right there.
Maybe we'll just cause some chaos.
Wall of fires will cause chaos.
Sure.
Fireballs cause chaos, but fireballs go away. Wall of fires don't. It's the only spell that I know that you can stay up for as long as I concentrate.
Yes. Permanency.
I can't permanency. I'm clear.
Well, you don't have permanency.
Yeah, with
but
that
it's
wand.
possible to do so.
All right. So
I don't have that many wands. You think wands just grow on trees? Get tall.
from what Scott has kind of given you a telltale thing on how this sits, because again he saw this place briefly enough to sketch this for you.
I'm certain that if we destroy all of these 6 of these golems here and walk them back to Valarian, we'll be sitting in no for the rest of our lives.
Oh yeah, you would not be hurting, that's for sure.
Far more valuable than standard golems or constructs. Animated tanks.
Alright, so
So we're just going with the assault. We're getting sneaky, right?
it's up to you guys.
Just what everybody else is doing.
It is totally up to you guys.
When we're ready, that's what the aiming will do.
I know what I'm. Yeah, I'm a captain wall of fire when I sit there and I
have little-
So if you're gonna go here, I'll exclude that.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll just the ground guys. instead.
How far up is that tower?
The tower's 30 feet in the air.
Alright, so I will, I'll use my level capability. I'll just grab onto Jenny's hand while we're both invisible, and then I'll do that thing that I said I'm going to do. So I'll...
Awesome, we're splitting up.
She'll take me about 30 feet up. And
Alright.
Then I will cast Resilient Spear at that spot.
This is the way you're facing. This is what you're able to discern at this point. Okay, whoops, I'm sorry. Here's some other things that I got to give you there. Because these are there. These are all these there.
I want to get started. We've been discussing stuff for a while.
I know. You guys have been cautious.
I probably would have started this sooner. I just want to make sure that...
Alright, so this is what you're up against with trenches, walls, and everything else.
Where are we?
You are where that little hut says you are.
Oh, hut. Okay.
That is your life right now. You figure at least what you have up front here is on the sides, going down on each section, and going around the back. So,
Stay back here. We can always retreat into the hut.
The problem is, though, okay, so say, and again, I'll say this, you blow the front door down, you melt it down, you do whatever. You are in an area then with another 7 towers that can fire from the inside at you, either machine guns or sniper rifles.
That's why I'm creating a spot for myself inside one of the towers.
But basically, you guys are going to have to take out all 9 towers to be out of any sort of danger, immediate danger. And those are without the tanks. Because remember, those are animated tanks. If they want to roll through those walls, they can come rolling through those walls if they feel like the invader's inside. So, I'm just giving you kind of the lay of the land on this thing. And again, as a GM, I'll tell you, as a GM, as a GM, a frontal assault, your chance of survival is probably 15%. I'll be frank with you. It's 15 at best.
If the game has at least one round between things going south and things going further south, that's a dimension door back into the forest and he's fine.
Yep.
He has every layer of defense he can cast on himself.
Yep. If there's nothing else inside that can possibly mess with you guys, you're good. That you know. And if Rasputin doesn't get involved.
And then he's going to make us go for the forest.
So, all right, so let me know. If you guys want to start this, all I need to know is we go down, we'll do the initiative, and then we'll let it all roll out. Because, again, they're aware you're there. So there is no surprise round. There is no come out and do this. There is the first round. Now, they may do nothing if you're invisible and they don't see you. Okay? That's a factor. But it'll open up like a regular round. Those that are invisible will have no problem as long as nothing can spot invisibility. And they're good. So.
No, that's fine. There's just going to be a spot where there's suddenly some invisible walls inside that tower, and then an invisible person will be inside those invisible walls.
It's all good. All right. So, you guys are going to go towards a different separate things. Now, mind you, Remley is still not back to 100%.
Yep.
So she will attack at about a -3 on any attack she does.
Yep.
She gets in the 30s.
Most days, we'll see.
Does she have a ranged weapon?
Yes, she has a ranged weapon.
Well, then she's not taking any penalties on attack with that.
No, fortunately not.
She doesn't have a strength bow.
Yeah, she doesn't have a strength bow.
So
she did. She had a strength bow.
So she won't be doing as much as with the sword, but
she has I believe, a composite bow. Which, if she has a composite bow, you guys are screwed. Yep, flaming composite longbow. So she's pretty much screwed. She has to have at least a +2 bonus to pull it.
Well, that and her strength is too far.
Oh, that's bull strength on her.
Penalty to use it.
There you go. Paul could put a bull strength on her, which would put her almost back.
I can do that.
Yep, that would put her back to at least some semblance of reality. I'm just saying, you want all.
You're welcome, Remley. You're welcome.
You want all cylinders fired because she's going.
Right.
Yes.
Once before he sets out, I can give her one of my potions of lesser restoration.
Okay, that'll help her too.
Hold on to that?
He didn't.
Yeah.
Brian didn't want one from him, or didn't need one from before.
That would be ideal. That gives her.
Him get all 12 of his back, and I use
so,
two lessers on Scotty.
Let me know what she gets back on that.
He's only down 1.
4 points.
Yay, that's good. So she's only -1 strength now. That's really good. Now she's at a 15 strength with his bull strength. That's better. That puts it back into the realm of Remley.
Well, with the bull strength, she's
at
15?
She's at 15. Versus, thank you. That puts her back to, she thanks you profusely for said item. Because otherwise she'd be at a real disadvantage. All right. So let's do it this way then. Let's do a roll of initiative so we know where everybody goes in the round. And then we'll start off and you guys go the different directions that you guys want to do it. So I'll do Remley.
Does does the initiative officially start before I cast, or is that the start?
When you cast will be the start. That is
So
when it
I
will
cast
roll
a
off.
spell, and then I can enter initiative.
Yes, then we enter initiative normally. So let's do this. Greta is at, yikes. That's not good, Greta. Greta is at a 12. Alright. That's about suckage. It's average, but that's just not the place to be. Alright. So there's Greta. Okay, so the next one is... Let's get Rem down. Oh, Rem's not bad. Rem might actually survive this. Maybe. Rem's like, it was nice knowing you, she says. So, yeah, she lets each one of you know she's enjoyed being friends with each of you and the adventure in case things don't go well.
You're right.
Yeah. Initiative plus 12. She's a 23. All right. So Rem is in good shape. All right.
Paul, do you have any of those bracelets
So
for
Oren.
Need a marker.
for healing?
Oh, sure. Which ones do you need? The little red ones?
Healing
Take
distance.
the red ones.
No, I cannot.
So I can set up my.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
cannot
I-
heal at distance unless I use Sacred Bond now.
So this way you can
Healing
set
at
up.
distance requires meta magic.
These work
Meta
really
magic.
good for a fire, my friend. There. Those will work well for a fire. Those are fire markers. You can use those and go across it for whatever you want to do. All right, so she's at 23, 12. All right, Oren, where are you on initiative?
25.
Oh, good. You're ahead of Remley. You go really well. All right, Painman?
14.
14. Yay. Down there with Greta. All right, so Kal-El?
24.
24. So you go in between Remley and Oren. All right, Rothar?
3.
3. God, 3. All righty, Damien, where are you?
21.
21. All right, we're getting in there. Okay, so now we're going to go with all the other things so they can... All right, so let's do the different ones first. What are their initiative bonuses on each? Fortunately, the soldiers are all about
And let's go south. That's Rothar to the
plus
rescue.
the weight. All right, so this is the machine guns. Machine guns go on a 22. All right, so the clacky little machine guns go on a 22 in between Remley and Damien. The rifle troops go on a 22. That's not good. All right, so that's 2 sets of baddies going on that. All right, the tanks. Tanks or the tanks are horrible. The tanks go just better than Rothar. What is the full tank option there? Hey, that's good. The tank that means the tanks are unloading first round right away. Yeah, they're an 8. Tanks for the memory. All right, and then the mortar rounds. Mortar rounds go on a 17, so they will go in between Painman and Damien. And then finally,
Damien's taking off.
snipers.
So he's going to go in here and take out everybody inside one of the towers and then attack, and then assail from within the tower.
Too bad you can't manipulate those guys in the towers and have them shoot their own troops.
Well, I'm certain
That's
someone
not
could
good.
suggest they do such a thing.
All right, so that's a.
Bad suggestion.
All right, so
Heck yeah, find a big area.
All of a sudden, the troops start shooting at each other, and you're like,
Heck yeah.
oh, chaos.
that's what you want for
And the wall of fire.
you want
That will be chaos.
All I'm going to say right now is anything mass will be helpful. Snipers going on. Same as these guys. Alright, so. Alright, where is he at?
36 damage.
Alright, so let's look at these guys. Alright.
If you're playing Shadow, you don't need that. Just do regular normal rolls.
And it's like, there's times that it's like, okay, all the dice, so that they were all positioned the same way. It's like, okay, here's my roll. Oh, sixes.
It's a plus 9 there, so 9, that's a 16. So that goes, mortar goes there, there, and, alright, so that's good. That guy goes down there. Alright.
The idea that it's possible in the 3 and 3/5 to sneak attack forward and race though. 20d6 plus sneak attack.
Alright, guys, it is almost ready there. Let me do him for fight 1 there. Let's see, where's he at?
Oh, Cal also does blend with surroundings before he leaves out.
Alright, so put
On
in.
himself.
So put in any of your bonuses and write them down, because you guys got whatever rounds you want to take up to this. No problem. Beyond that, you know, there's no guarantees. Okay, this. Sorry, I got a lot of things I got to write down for when they do come into play. Alright, so that's the Alright. Alright, so Oren, let's see, you go first with yours. You're putting up the wall. So, I'm going to go write down all these hit points. This is going to get fun before I even know it's going to be fun. All right. All right, so where are you doing your wall of fire? That's going to be the first thing that goes up.
So, do we want the guys on the ground, or do we want the guys in the tower?
Get the guys on the ground.
All right. So, along the guys in a line, on the guys on the ground, as much as I can.
This trench actually sits about even with this one.
These guys are even? Whatever. Okay.
So you're going to go from, how long does it go?
It goes 240 feet, 20 feet high.
70, so.
70.
So literally from here to here. Nice, it's one across. The building. The building will catch on fire. Alright. It's going across and hitting everything.
So these guys are hit or no?
Oh yeah, anybody that's in the.
But those guys are there are not in the trench?
Yeah, this would be the trench guys right there. So they're
So
all.
you drew them a little further back.
I know.
Okay.
I drew them back.
That's fine.
I'm sorry.
All right, no problem.
Drawing this morning, so. Alright, so this is what's going off. So this is your wall of fire going all the way across.
20 feet high. Yep.
20 feet high. So those people get lit up.
You
So
get 2d6
that's
plus
going to be.
12.
I've got what? 2 mortars, 2 machine gunners, and 1 rifle in each one of those. Did they get a saving throw on it from the
Nope.
wall fire? Alright.
Power resistance test, saving throw.
No, they have no SR. They have no SR. Alright, so what's the damage they will take?
The damage is 10 plus 12 would be 22.
Yes.
22 damage for this round.
Alright.
And every round they stay in there.
Yeah.
And don't forget,
And they're going to climb out of the trench.
Flammable or explosive.
Yeah, anything that's flammable.
Yeah, unfortunately you got bullets in there and
Bullets.
everything else. So that's right now. The wall fire goes up, and then I'm going to resolve explosions and everything like that. So
Boxes.
yeah, I know, right? It's not a good.
Fire is still fire, regardless of its...
It's a good thing that
Fortunately for you guys, yes, it is fire, and fire does bad things. Fire bad. Now, it means recovering items on, I'm going to say this up front, recovery of items on any of these people, non-existent, because everything's going to either melt or blow. And it's just...
It's okay. This was not meant to be...
I know. This is not meant to recover. This is meant...
These guys wanted distraction, and I can't
Oh,
think of a better way
you've given them a painful little distraction.
A whole camp of, what was it, 120
Well,
guys?
I want a distraction of the towers, so I don't know if that's...
Well, it will distract the tower. A wall of fire going up in the trenches generally pulls the attention down to the trenches where it's going on. All right, so now...
All
right. So,
20 feet.
Awesome.
what is a mortar round generally?
Not high enough to
taller than the
How
tower,
many
right?
rounds do they have?
The towers are 50 feet.
30 feet high.
Yes, they're...
Okay.
Well, no, the towers are 50... The towers are 30 feet in the air.
Yes.
The fences are 15 metal with wooden poles in them, and they're pretty thick metal. It's like you couldn't go up to them and just cut through them. It's probably like a foot of chain link across, so it's fairly thick.
Well, this stuff here is on the other side of the fire.
How many mortar rounds would be in there? That's just not.
I'm going to push the heat this way,
Mortar
away from
page
into
18.
the can.
All right, let's look at the
So
mortars.
these things won't catch on fire.
Because that's the point. Well, how many mortar rounds
It would
would
be
you
really
have?
nasty if you could move the wall of fire.
I'm sure you're quick with.
That's rolling ball of fire, right?
It says an immobile blazing curtain of shimmering
I know,
violet
but
fire.
they have one that's like a rolling ball, right?
I don't know.
Oh, this is not going to be good.
But the fact that the fire went up means that
All right.
even though there's no real worshippers of Saren Ray here, Saren Ray's fire domain still applies.
Well,
You know what I regret not doing so?
all right.
Not having Denny scout out
So-
munitions.
Well, I take it, Paul, you are outside on the hut's
Really? Yeah.
railing. All right. So put him facing out on the railing where he would be. Anyone else out there with him at the start of this? All right. Everybody else is kind of waiting and not looking out the window. Though
Well,
you
as
can...
soon as that thing goes off,
Well,
Cal's waiting for the distraction.
You could be outside, just not around the hut. You would have two of you on either side facing this side of the hut. So put everybody else on this side of the hut.
Everybody
Well,
else.
They'd be outside the door necessarily, just around from the fire, so they couldn't be aimed at. They're on the side of the hut facing away. You could be plastered against the hut's walls, whatever you want to be.
Well,
This-
Cal wanted to make a break for the thing as soon as that happened. So as soon as it's possible, Cal's making a break for the tree line at full tilt boogie.
All
We're
right.
going back?
So,
Yeah, it's going into the trees.
Okay, he's going back into the trees.
first round, 2 mortar rounds per mortar crew is going to go off. The explosion effect is a 30-foot area.
Okay.
So, those guys with the hand grenades are the mortar crews.
This one.
On there. The ones that look like they have hand grenades. This is the explosion from the rounds blowing up and melting off.
Okay.
This is the first one. All right, so that's 10, 24, 30 points so far on that one. And then there's going to be another group. So that's 30 points on this crew here. It's going to hit this one, so these guys are there. It's going to hit this one, so these guys are there. Hits that crew, because they're right near there. Hits that crew. That was well placed, guys. That was a well played. I mean, it is making a commotion. If they didn't know you're here, everything in the camp knows you're here now.
Everything's miles over here.
Yeah. It looks like an assault on the camp.
Like World War III.
Yes.
Or
Great
the
thing
two.
is with this wall.
Okay,
Here, it doesn't
so
look like we're
those rounds on the other side take 40 points.
This looks like we're munitions.
Yeah, it's not pretty. Where are you going,
Oh,
hon?
yeah, it's beautiful.
Where are you going, my love?
Nowhere.
Ah,
I'm
okay.
gonna get a new tin.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, that can be fun. All right. So there's another mortar round on. So the mortar rounds went off on this side. Mortar rounds went off on this side. Another mortar cruise rounds are going to go off in another mortar cruise. So this is just sheer. Let's see, 10,
I gotta go get my
30,
All this damage
37.
happened. So it may not be 2,500, but maybe enough.
Well, the point is, did they not have explosive rounds sitting there? This doesn't do much, but explosive rounds has an effect.
Yeah,
You guys are just seeing fireworks. You hear screams as people are being thrown out of the trenches. Explosions.
Consider diversion granted.
Yes, it is as diverse. Wow, that's as diverse as you get. That's a lot of sixes.
Question.
Ken, yes?
Does anyone in these trenches have any vial canisters of mustard gas?
Oh, yeah. 30.
This is 30.
Well, they got
That round goes 52 points of damage from the two sets of rounds going off in there. So 52. No, they're not dead. They're dead among them, but they're not totally dead as a troop. They're just in.
Troops that's probably,
Okay, now we do the machine gun rounds that cook off.
12, Sierra 13 type amount, so figure 12 hit dice at D8 or D10.
These are just rounds cooking off.
Does Figure want to ride to the forest?
They're above 5th level, but probably like
29
12.
points of damage.
Does Figure want to ride to the forest?
No,
I'm just thinking.
Even if they have fairly low hit dice, they'll still have a lot of hit points and a very good ability to.
I'm guessing in the 100 to 200 range. If you go in, yeah. Well, I don't know. Look at how much damage he's already rolled, and they haven't been dead. So it's like, okay, 50 here, another 50 there, and it's like, okay, that's over 100, and you're still around. So it's like.
Well, I can tell you this: the troops are looking rough. Is all I can say. There were screams.
They still haven't taken all their fire damage yet.
That's just round one. So round one, from all of the on this side of the trench over here, they took 118 points of damage from cooked off rounds and machine gun rounds going off in the trenches. This side took 143 points of damage throughout the trench. Arms, legs, bodily function pieces, heads, guns. It's just chaos right now. The explosions and just literally what was probably a good, 10 per each. So let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. What was a good 50 people over there, now probably surviving is somewhere around 13 people. On this side, same type of thing. There's a little bit more. There's maybe probably 17 or 18 people of those squadrons. Those were like squadrons of 12 per little guy.
Oh, that's right. It's also used for that.
It's a swarm. So it's just like boom, 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 boom.
Like in the trenches, imagine you got soldier.
Yeah, you just got people. That'd be like somebody setting off.
List the whole trench up.
That would be like if you hit the thing with napalm.
Yeah.
I love it.
Russian Army Choir.
Yeah, that's what they're going to be singing up to the point when they're flying out of the batteries. All right, so in round one with Payman, or with Oren's reaction, there was just death. Okay, Kal-El, it is on you. You see...
After I sit there... Well, no, I guess I got to move out to cast.
You see flames, bodies, parts, lights.
And then duck back. Can I get back behind the hut after I cast?
Yeah,
Right, I'm gonna duck behind the hut.
Of course you can. Cast the movement. Yes.
Take cover.
Yeah, they're too distracted at this point. This first round, your firestorm has caused a distraction where even the towers are not training on the hut. If they're just looking at what happened.
By the way, reminder, this may be in a minefield, so FYI.
Yeah, if there are minefields by now, the mines probably went off with the rounds being cooked.
Well, I mean, out where we are,
Oh, yeah.
it's mined as well.
Yes,
so.
it could be.
Well,
Like they're fine now.
there's nothing that's necessarily stopping those things. There's nothing.
All right, so Kal-El, what are you doing now that there's been this mass death, destruction, and opening volley for the...
Just making a beeline for the forest.
All right.
We're going back into the forest.
Now, what all do you have cast on you? You've got your vigor?
I've got Link. I've got Shield of Faith. I've got Precious of Evil. I got Bless. And all Endure Elements, that thing that, the light bubble that Paul did.
Make sure they all stack on each other, because some of them don't.
I'm hoping Hero Lab is tracking that.
Yeah, they usually do.
They do good because it's like protection from evil. It's a wasted spell for me now.
All right, so you are visible. It's just you are basically
Blinking in and out.
yes, blinking in and out with a distraction. All right, so they'll have. Let's see if they could see anything out of there. The only ones I'll give to is these two that would be able to see it. Everybody else is too distracted by the opening volley, at least. Looking at what could have caused at close range.
Look at their right side. Look, to attack us, they have to go around this wall. They can't come at us from here. Unless they want to go through the wall.
Yep. Cut off their main exit.
Well, they can come around at us around this way or around this way. But we don't have to worry about anything coming from this way. As long as I can concentrate on it.
But they can't right now, at least. All right. So they can't right now, but they will. All right. That's important. All right. So then we go to Remily. Remily is invisible.
So do I make it to the forest, I assume?
You're to the edge, yes, of the forest.
Well, I'm full movement all the way into the forest as well.
If you want to go full speed into a forest you've never been, that's fine. You can.
I can see.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll slow down to where it's not like, trying to kill myself, but got a pretty good fly skill.
Yeah, but the thing is that there's branches and stuff. So
it's an overgrown winter forest that's been there for hundreds of years. You want to fly in full speed, be my guest.
Well, we're in Russia, which means, and it's very cold.
Yeah.
What do you think of when you think of Russian winter cold? Where do you think?
Anyway, so, yeah, I get there and I go in as far as I can.
Very good, Paul. You are in Siberia as just a player knowledge with overgrown forests.
Yeah, Oren has no idea.
Yeah, you have no idea what Siberia is, but she's going to fly out that way.
I don't know where we are in Russia.
All right.
I'm just making an educated guess.
So for the sake of sanity, Scott, I'm not going to make you roll any fly maneuvers. But flying into an unknown forest at full speed, I don't care what your vision is not the smartest thing. Especially...
Well, I just recanted that I'm flying as fast as I can without killing myself.
All right. The problem is you don't know if they booby-trapped anything in the forest around there. To your knowledge, they haven't.
I don't, but hopefully at 20 feet in the air, they didn't think about that. But, they might have.
Probably not 20 feet in the air, but 20 feet in the air, you're up in the branches of the trees.
Yeah.
So.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Just little things. All right. So, let's go to then. It's the machine guns, which they're not going to do anything there on that side, though. You do hear machine guns open up and spray around the barbed wire from the towers. You can see they just kind of tilted the machine guns down, and you can see it hitting the ground in between the barbed wire as if they were expecting somebody to be in the barbed wire area and peppering it. Because again, they're all about spells.
All they know is that there's this big sheet of flame in their trenches.
Normally that means that somebody threw a hand grenade very close, and that's why they're peppering that area.
The flames, they probably expect that there's a lot of people in there.
You don't hear the cracks of the rifles, you just see the spray of the machine gun bullets going across. Let's see, what is there? I got to see what their range is. Alright, so their range on that is a standard what? I always love looking up things. Alright, where's the range?
Probably not.
What are they using?
I don't know. I'm just thinking that as long as the concentrated line in the trenches, it's unlikely that anybody's going to come through. They'd rather shoot mortars and range at us. They don't have any visibility.
Range.
I'm surprised that they're level.
That's
It's 3 times out. It's the tough thing is just that they're fundamental in this backup firepower as well as their system.
Range modifier is this.
I'm not so sure they're that easy to take out.
You think?
Well, my plan was
Alright,
that if I
so
have a
then
chance,
they
I'd probably throw black tentacles in their direction. I don't think they really have much defense against that.
Alright.
I don't know how strong these mortars are. It's 30 VAs on these things. So that's what it would be, right?
Yeah.
Tentacles CMB against CMB.
Yep.
The tentacles have a defense that they
Alright. So,
They just need to escape the grapple.
so Scott,
against some.
you got that sphere around you. The sphere moves with him, correct?
Sphere is stationary.
Stationary. So if he,
Sphere isn't around me.
Wait, what sphere are you talking about?
the resilient sphere.
What I did is that I placed it here, and then I'm going to dimension door myself into it so I can cast
Alright.
spells from it.
So Scott, what do you have anything around you that's like a moving type of thing that will protect you from bullet fire?
Only blink.
All right, okay, only blink. Yep. So
And,
they'll have
diversion.
I have a 50-50 on the blink. So I'm going to say low 50 will be hit on you.
He has a lot of people aiming at him.
Let's say 18 and a 17. So they do get both on there. Now, they're not going to get a multiple amounts. These are just the 4 snipers that were firing at him. Alright, and yes, before you ask, they have dark vision to see which way you're moving. I took my negatives off there.
It's in the day.
Oh, that's
Remember,
right.
it was morning. So we've only taken however long it took
Well,
to get us here.
the ones that are the normal ones have dark vision. Don't have dark vision.
Oh. But he did say that it was the quality.
these-
Dark vision only goes out 60 feet.
Some of them are the weirdos.
Alright, so, yes, some of the weirdos among their bunch.
Yeah.
Alright, so,
So dark vision only goes out 60 feet, by the way.
no problem.
Normal one.
It would have been enough for them to see around there with the thing. But they're looking out that way a long distance in the sniper during the day. So that's not an issue on that.
Lots of smoke in their eyes from the exploding stuff. Just saying.
They're 30 foot in the air. The smoke ain't that bad in their eyes in the outer towers.
The smoke isn't 30 feet in the air yet? Okay.
No, not yet. This is round 1. Round 1, the smoke hasn't gotten there yet from the burning bodies and everything else.
The explosions.
Explosions?
The explosions.
The explosions were there, yes, which alerted
okay.
the things being there. All right,
Gotcha.
so they would have a 30 to hit on 2 rolls. Everybody else missed you by a line. And these are only the snipers. These are not any of the other gunners. The other gunners that could care less. They're looking down around the area where the explosions went off.
Is that touch AC?
Yes. Well, actually,
Oh.
is it out of their first range increment is no longer touch AC, correct? It is regular AC, I believe, on firearms.
Yeah, but which firearm?
It is a rifle. Yeah, rifle has an 80-foot range normally. I believe it's
Yeah,
one.
but this is a Russian rifle.
Yeah, it's
I don't really know what these things do.
I think that's why it has
It's
such a large.
it's a 7.
Most of the Galarian rifles. I think,
Yeah.
are just like
It's a
80 feet.
It's a Moisen that got 7.62 round.
Which is a great.
Yeah, it'll pierce almost anything, including body armor, because it's a 7.62. The Russians unfortunately had a heavy round in the early First World War. They were innovators when it came to that. They were bad at many things, but rifles were not one of them.
That's all because their minds, they've had a lot of tactics.
Let's see, firearms. Let's go here.
Well, if it's not touch AC, then they miss.
All right, let's see. Hang on here. Let me look on combat firearms and what they say.
No, you've got depleted uranium.
Firearms.
Uranium goes bypassing
Firearms. Advanced firearms.
Adamantine bullets.
Yeah. It's 80 feet on that first
If they had
grade.
neutronium,
Okay, so.
you're not going to find anything that's advanced and that's stable. Anything else above that?
It's not considered an
Still
automatic
potentially-
weapon.
it'd be a sci-fi.
He walks out of
Well,
that.
yeah, but it's also potentially radioactive.
I believe.
Because apparently with automatic weapons,
Yeah, automatic
effects
weapons.
that grant concealment, such as fog, smoke, the blur,
Don't do
invisibility,
crap.
or mirror image, don't foil those.
Those don't do crap, yeah, because they're firing so many rounds rapidly at you.
I imagine it counts as
It covers an
area attack.
Yeah.
That's how they handled it to be point out. It's just like
Let's see. Not early firearms. What's the.
if you're trained, you could get a couple
Capacity
bullets
bombs
on the
everywhere.
target, or
Where's the range? Range and penetration. Armor, whether manufactured or natural, provides little protection against a force of a bullet at short range. Now,
If you're going to cycle through that fast,
advanced firearms resolve their attacks by a touch AC when the target was within the first 5 ranging points. So unfortunately, Scott, you are in that first 5. So it would be your touch AC
Gotcha.
on that.
most
It's a firearm. It's a rifle. It's like a sniper rifle. Is what it is. You're not getting targeted by anything else at this point.
Because I mean, it's not but a few seconds.
Yeah,
of
they
firing.
did so little damage the last time one person shot me. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So their damage,
Well, I'm thinking
a massive 5 points total of firearm damage. Yeah. They rolled a
I
2
know
and a,
myself lucky.
they roll a 2 and a 1. So it's like, yeah, they may have hit you, but they didn't do crap. You were far enough out that it didn't make a difference. All right. So Damien, you are up.
Alright. I cast Dimension Door directly into
The sphere. The sphere.
Did you take the
Oh.
genie with you?
No. She was.
Oh, by the way,
me up there.
Rex has a swift action. Al heals himself.
All right. That's fine. Well, actually,
That was a move.
all
Well,
right.
it was a fun, but it's still got the swift, right?
It's a full move. Yeah, if you can do a swift action, you can use that at that point. I'm not going to have a problem with that. Swift action will resolve.
It's a swift. Yep.
All right, so where are you putting the sphere? Oh, right
Everybody's
there.
got the circle drawn.
Nice. All right, so you're in the middle of them.
And and I'm invisible. That's
All right,
important.
so you're invisible.
And floating.
All right, I'm floating. So I doubt anyone will percept you unless. All right.
Other than the fact that it's like, I can't move in here.
All right, so this steel gray one is the sniper that's up in that tower. So that's important to note. Nope, that's a 32, which will not on anything be able to see you invisible. And the best one outside of that's a 30, so I
Plus
doubt.
stationary.
Normally, invisible is like, what is it, like 50 with all your bonuses when you're said and done? If you're
40
if you're standing still.
If you're standing
20
still.
if you're moving.
So the only one that had a shot at you was the sniper of seeing, really.
And
The rest of them, crack troops are not. Their perceptions are not.
it's not so much you never get to see the person, you just know that there's something there. 'Cause
Something
you
is
can still
right.
hear them, you can still smell them,
Right.
it doesn't cover any of that. You just
Right.
can't.
It would be enough that it would alert them that something isn't right, but they don't know necessarily what. Because again, invisibility to them may not be a reality. They may not know what an invisible thing is.
Yeah, chances are they've never encountered.
They would think it would be like some sort of forest spirit or
They haven't
something.
noticed me yet, but they certainly noticed Kal-El, who is doing something they've never seen before.
Yes.
Blinking in and out. So,
Alright, so yeah.
imagine they're putting
What
through
is
the
he going to do?
Either.
Alright, so where is he going up here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we'll put that there. Yep. Alright, so you guys standing by the hut on the back side. You see this gentleman appear about 15 feet out this way from
This
you
way?
guys. Yes.
Okay.
And he says the following. He says, Vel,
Is he evil?
Mother has sent you.
It's rescue.
He says, And he's speaking in Taldane, by the way, roughly accent. But it's too late for her. Her thrice 10th kingdom will soon be mine. Look, even her little hut grows saddened at her loss. He says as the hut's kind of swaying a little bit. At the thing. He says, you are most foolish to come. You will die here, no better than those poor peasants. And then, let's see what happens here. This will be fun. Something's going on.
I would like to designate him as my smart evil target. During the 50 years, and I realized this.
Oh, I understand. Alright. So, those of you on the back side of things, make for me a will save.
Is it a fear?
DC 26.
Fear charm?
No. It's an enchantment. And if he would have been there, he might have been able to tell you what it is.
I might be able to.
Yeah, they're on the back side of the deal.
A will save?
Yes.
Okay, well,
Plus 17 is
32.
I failed.
Yep, he failed.
Hang on.
So, again, the one with the will says,
I got 29.
29 will make it. Max, however, has always
Little for God, you
failed.
guys are done.
Would you
All
roll?
right. And then,
19.
A 19 total? Oh,
oh yeah, Greta failed miserably. I think. She,
It's not a charm or fear effect?
nope, you said not.
it is a spell called, it is a spell called Forbid Action Greater.
Whoa.
Yeah. Gotta love them. And she has a will of 6, so she is at a massive 15, so she's like you. Don't feel bad.
19 is normally a pretty good roll.
Oh, it's a heck of a roll. Not against Rasputin, but it's a heck of a roll. Let's see. Greater Forbid Action says, this spell functions as a forbid action, except up to one creature per level may be affected, which in his case, 18 creatures. You forbid the target a single course of action which avoids to the best of its ability. You may demand the target not take actions and to fall into one of the following options. Alright, let's see. He says, you will not attack my soldiers this round.
What was the DC?
The DC on it was a 26.
Okay.
Forbid action greater, the duration is 1 round per
Yep.
level.
18 rounds, Painvin and Greta will do nothing.
They won't
You wanna
attack his soldiers.
Right.
They can do stuff.
They can do stuff, but they can't attack the soldiers. So, write that down somewhere. 18 rounds. This is beginning round 1. This is
We're
Painvin
probably going to have to pick this up because it's 324.
and Greta for next time. 18 rounds. And
I'll just pull out my roll down D20 and start it at 18.
soldiers, and then I'll put, this is on round 1. With Rasputin.
But technically, I could attack him.
Yes, you could. All right. So, what time is it right now?
324.
All right, let's call it here. I know we won't want to, but at least I'll put a marker. The next one up will be Painvin once we get to it. Well, I actually know the mortar people, but the mortars aren't doing anything right now other than blowing up.
Hey, can somebody send me a picture of that paper that had all the, like that paper you wrote with all the, kind of like the...
Yeah, I got it. I'll
Oh, yeah.
send it to you.
And then I'm going to take a picture of all this, so don't, we're going to do this real quick, because that way I've got everything. One of these where I can get angle on all the troops in there. Yep.
He's not undead by any chance, is he?
Not that you can tell.
Dragon. How about you outsider?
No. Yeah, wouldn't it be nice? No. Good job, guys. You guys at least took out and cooked off
There you
the
go, you
first
got it.
round.
Appreciate it.
I just texted it to you.
So,
Yeah.
Well, it's still sending. Hang on.
I'm going to make sure I got all these turned right so I can...
There's only one AT&T LTE bar right here, so
Well,
it's going a little slow. We still haven't figured out that quantum communication yet.
Hey, it could have been worse, Max. You could have gotten destroyed on the first round, right?
Yeah, oh no, I know. It could have been a lot worse. Hey, you could have told me, or even worse, you could have told me not to fly.
Oh, yeah. That would have been like the death of
Max would have just died.
That would have been the death of Max.
That was the death of Cayman right there.
He would become mute after
You can't forbid me. I won't allow it.
that. Life's not worth living if I can't lie.
I can't lie. You're gonna make me tell the truth for the
Have you seen that
18
one movie?
That would have been funny. You must tell the truth for 18 rounds. You'd be like, dang it, I stole this, I ate this, I took this from.
I didn't mean it. He doesn't have to volunteer information. He just can't
No.
lie about it.
He just can't lie. When asked by, and Kal-El would take total advantage of it. Did you steal
oh,
this?
yeah, I would.
Yes. Did you hide
Oh, yeah,
this?
I would.
Yes. It'd be all the
Then I'd be
things.
like, no payment. Have you stolen anything?
Lots.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, he
Lots.
could have you, and he would have said,
Yes. How much? A lot.
Is there a list, even in your head, of everything you've stolen?
Yes. Because he calculates it out. That would be greatness. That'd be the epic moment.
Well, I mean, he could just be like, no,
no, the
I
thing is that,
borrowed it.
then what happens is
without
that you
the
ask him,
intention of returning
tell me
it.
what you stole, and he goes, all right, I'm going to have to tell you
Yeah.
one thing per round.
Yes.
So let me
Yes,
prioritize.
Let me prioritize it. I will tell you
How did I
one
stole
round.
this in the first
Hello, Bud.
round, and then this?
Come on up and sit in the chair, mini GM.
Things I stole until the spell runs out. Then I'll be like, okay, you figured that much
Hang
out.
on, let me get the picture
When
of
I
you
was
sitting in
6,
the
I
GM's
stole
chair.
that pebble from Jenny. When I was 7, I took a toy from that kindergartner next door.
No, I'll tell you counting backwards from now.
Yeah.
So what are you going to tell the guys now that you're mini GM?
Five.
Too much?
With each breath, I steal a little bit more air.
Will the party live afterwards, Janet? Yes. Yay! To the heroes.
GM has spoken.
The mini GM.
All right, transmission
All right.
complete.
Say goodbye, Scott.
Bye, cutie. All right, guys. We'll see y'all later.
We'll see you later.
See you next time.
You guys get to live. That's a great moment.
Well, we certainly made a splash at the end.
Hey,
Boss showed
The
up.
one thing I give you guys credit, you guys do think around sometimes and take a long time to come to a decision, but at least you don't rush in guns blazing. Because I've had parties like that. If Max was still here, he would tell you. Where they just ran in guns blazing and it just goes all up in flames. At least you guys think it out.
I'm looking at it from the perspective on how do I keep the party alive?
And you know what? I gotta say, even Scott has gotten wiser about not just rushing it. Do you really turn that on? You're just such a crap.
I have succeeded in being the only member of the party who has not yet died.
No, yeah.
Because you're the one resurrecting everyone.
Greta has died.
Yes.
Remedy has died.
Everyone else has died.
Damien
Has Greta? I don't know if Greta has. Greta?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
Greta.
yes. Well, maybe not.
She
No,
almost did, but I
she
think
came
did
close.
more.
That's right. He took the hit for her. Otherwise, she'd have died.
She went unconscious.
Yes.
She
yes.
went into
No,
the
that's
negative
right. I
10.
don't know that she died. But
She wasn't.
Remley died.
Yes. But, so Max, what do you think? Compared to other parties we've had, have you guys done a good job of not rushing in and dying all the
Yes.
time? Yes. See, he's been there with some of the other ones that have rushed in and died at epic speeds.
Although, in fairness, That was in keeping with the characters they were playing.
Yes, it was. I will say that, but again, it's the nth level of stupidity at times. I was like, oh my gosh. I did turn it off. You know who I am? I'm Big GM. Yeah.
I will be the first one to sit there and admit that when it came to Drax, it was like, well, I got tired of us trying to negotiate with him. Because I go, you guys are not going to be able to buff him.
No.
Regardless of how much you want to.
Yeah.
He was a tough animal.
The problem with Rex wasn't so much that, it's that we had one person start the conversation and then somebody chimed in with something different.
I started, he asked me the question, he asked the question of Nivra. And then you guys turned around and instantly contradicted what Nivra was saying.
I didn't say anything.
Well, it wasn't you.
It was me.
We gave him 3 different stories for the same
And it's like,
question.
I didn't need to wear a bluff check. Because I wasn't buffing.
He wasn't. He was telling the truth, but then Max went into the ultimate protection mode. And he's like,
I'm like, I don't need to roll.
wooga, wooga. Panic. Things blowing up around me.
The reason why I don't like to roll is because I tend to roll badly. So if I can figure out a way to make things work without having to roll, I'm going to go that route. Yeah, there was a monk in that place who lost against it. Yeah, we decided in our speaking with Rex, I thought Kal-El was going to go in there and do the battle. We tried to convince him to do like
For one, Scott. Well, think about it. Scott has built that character up for how many months? That's one thing we were laughing about, him and I. He will be the last one to want to give up this campaign. You guys would walk into the next campaign, no problem. Scotty would be like, no, I built that character up to this level.
No, he said he'd rather go with the occultist, the battle host. He'd rather be able to do that guy.
Really?
Yeah, because he has the full speed fly capability built into it. And
He really wants to go these routes. I'm like, Scott, why don't you play something non-offensive?
Yeah, you guys shouldn't have picked me to go against the non-evil thing. You should have let Scott do that.
Enough power-hungry ones. Go after something.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna listen to that. Even if I tell him enough power-hungry, what he's gonna say is, I'm not power-hungry. Max has played a rogue. However, yes.
However, what?
Okay.
Gotta be considered the fact that you steal everything that isn't deal.
That is the one thing that stays kind of the same with Painful and all the others.
Not being a rogue.
I found that if I play with Scotty and I don't play a cleric, the party usually dies.
Yes, because he will run heavy.
Without a strong cleric, right? If you're very aggressive, your party will
slowly die.
Well, it's like you'll be overwhelmed. It's like, hey.
Yeah, and I'm kind of excited about my next character.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm trying to find a way to play a construct race.
Yes.
That story behind my
You know,
character.
you
I was
played enough of
still
this.
a powerful spellcaster at some point that started the doom of civilization somehow. So I went and researched technology and I
Think Eberron.
like a war
he was a
forge.
cleric.
Yes.
He was a cleric, but
I did that.
Or the Midgard
scheme.
All my characters.
And like, I don't remember. We kind of used the Midgard template for the where they transfer the consciousness into the body type of deal. And so, like, as I level up, I'm unlocking more of the caster class stuff that I had previously. And piecing together
to do some cleric type stuff. I'm playing a monk.
Unchained Monk.
But it does cost you.
It'll be fun. I mean,
I was either going to do
non-lethal
that or
damage to you.
and I was like, this sounds like a lot of fun.
Per
Probably going to get me killed really quick because it's a construct.
Because you have to burn.
it'll be fun. It'll be something different.
I can heal you.
And out there, the nice thing about a construct is
But the thing is that as
temperatures don't bother you.
Yeah.
what I can
You're walking
control
around,
damage
you care
I
less.
do,
You need a wand to
goes
for
up.
healing all the
What's
time.
the standard
Yes.
action, please?
You will need
There's no
something.
limit to how many times I can heal someone.
Some
in
repair
one.
spells. Repair life.
Yes, repair spells will be key for
Either
you.
you or
But the nice thing is you can cast that as an
One
arcane.
point of
Yeah.
damage,
Yeah, those are
1
arcane
point of
spells.
non-lethal damage per level.
You finally get to do something interesting with that. You and Max might match up pretty well in the next one because he's doing a
So there's a limit.
a rogue type that's very different than the normal rogues he does.
They have a
It's much more a
restoration.
freedom fighter type of role.
And I can
So
do that.
setting traps, bombs, things like that, other type of things, get rid of the
As a
enemy.
standard action.
So he is
So in that aspect,
at least neutral at best.
silence.
Nothing good about the character.
Intimidation? No. Can I do raise?
So it'll be
that?
interesting
No.
because you're lawful what? Lawful good or lawful neutral?
He's lawful
So-
neutral. Pretty much hot off the heels of lawful.
Can I restore negative?
Okay.
life?
So she's coming off of I was evil, but I don't necessarily want to be evil.
But there's
She's
a lot more limits.
she's softened her stance on killing people.
And then
Can she used to be a very hardcore little
Can
assassin?
she
his character,
Swing away.
technically,
close range?
Paul's, is not necessarily good either. The Hobgoblin. She is what? Your Hobgoblin's what alignment?
Chaotic neutral.
Yeah. So a little bit opposite of yours because he's going to be a little more freedom of thing. You're more lawful. It'll be interesting to see how you
the
two.
reason
I think my character
why
can be
she's
more neutral.
chaotic neutral,
Yes, that is his character as
she's
well.
been enslaved for
Scott's the only one
life.
who's probably going to run a good character.
And as far as her concerned,
I know, right?
means being subjected to slavery.
Because you guys are going to be like, whatever.
Let's cheat.
You must be
Yes.
a slave, and you must do exactly as I say.
Yes,
It's like,
evil doesn't necessarily mean you're going to align with evil things. It just means you got an agenda all your own and you're not caring about
We
who
permanently
gets hurt.
like she's chaotic.
spell so
She
that
doesn't
anytime
really wanna
anybody
kill
texts
anybody,
you know, align them
But
on this.
if it's
Unless
between
she
you or
pops
me,
up in front of it always.
you're dying, not me.
I love it.
The pirate ship
All right.
that she set on fire,
The bad kitty got one.
that's how she escaped slavery. She set the pirate ship afire.
Yes.
Bad
Well, how was